morning. Good morning. What's going on, Ryan? Good to see you, man. Curdy, good to see you, brother. Curdy, you going to be around for a bit this morning? Bob, always a pleasure, man. Thanks for popping in. Nancy, good to see you. Thanks for hanging in here for a second. Appreciate that. Got another service call to ship sometime next week or the weekend. Attaboy. Keep it up, Curtis. Keep it up, man. You're doing great, brother. Really proud of you, son. Really, really proud of you, man. Isn't that beautiful, Bob? Saturday morning. Listen to that. The birds are chirping. I don't know if you guys can hear that. Birds are chirping. Look at that sunrise, man. I'm a little late this morning, but that was my own fault. Sorry. Didn't want to get out of bed. Oh. You got to move out here, Curtis. 326 days of sunshine last year. 326 days of sunshine. It's 7:02 in the morning right now, and it's 10 or 11 degrees. We're going up to 28 today. We're going to be sweating our sacks off today, boy. It's nice, though. We got no humidity. There's no humidity in Alberta. So you hear people go, oh, it's nice. It's a dry heat. Yeah, it's a dry heat. There's no humidity, but still 28 is hot, right? 28 is still damn hot. It doesn't matter whether it's a wet heat or a dry heat. Once it's 28 degrees and you're hot, even if you're stripped down to naked, you're still hot. Nancy's quite chirpy this morning. Do me a favor, Nancy, kick in there and hit that like button. Oh yeah, all day long, Curtis. Dry heat is always better, but still, once you get up into the 28, 29, 30 degree range, it doesn't make a whole hill of beans difference, right? Hot is hot. You strip down to naked, you're still hot. Nice little milestone we did yesterday. That was nice. 100 degrees, and once I left the building, it hit like a brick. Yeah, dude, that's brutal. That's absolutely brutal. Curtis, did you notice the title? You see the sub count? When I just checked it just before I went live, we were at 12,033. 12,033 subs. You guys broke. We started yesterday with 11,981. We needed 19 subs to get the 12,000, and you guys broke it by an extra. You threw an extra 32 subs on there. Morning, dog. Damn good to see you, man. You're a big part of this. Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody that threw the subs in there and got us over that 12,000. That was a big hump for us. Nathaniel, what's your hardest challenge at your current stage in life? Keeping my sanity, probably. What biggest challenge for me right now is for me to watch the world around me and all the changes that are going on, and for some of it trying to keep up, and for some of it just not giving a damn. Right? Some of it not giving a damn. Try to keep up with some of it because things change so quickly. The world around us, technology, people, everything around us changes so quickly. Some of it is a challenge for a guy at my age at 55 to keep up with, but some of it I just do not give a damn. And it's hard sometimes for me to decipher which one is which. And hang on to my sanity. You know, stay sane while doing it. That's easier said than done, believe me. So we got Saturday morning. That sun looks like, on my screen, that sun looks like it's burning a hole in the sky. Isn't that beautiful? You know what, dog? I agree with that. Yeah. 90% of the time, I don't give a fuck, and most of the time, it doesn't affect my daily life. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes I get caught up in the drama, though, and it's hard to, for me, sometimes it's hard to decipher what I should give a fuck about and what I shouldn't. Yeah, that sun's got, that's what I'm seeing too. It's got 3 rings around it. It's damn purty though, ain't it? Damn purty. I had to move my regular spot here a little bit. I pulled in this morning, and I guess there's a family in a pickup truck, and they got themselves they're pulling themselves a trailer, and I guess they're all in there sound asleep, but they're in my spot. Nathaniel, the best advice I could ever give anybody at 25 years old is take that chance, man. Take that chance in life. At 25, man, you've got a full life ahead of you, but take that chance. Find those things that you want to do, that you need to do, they're in your heart, they're in your soul, and do them. I don't know what it is. It could be anything in your life, but whatever it is, don't pass it by. The challenges that are put in front of you, don't shirk away from them. Go and do them. You're not gonna get them all. You're not gonna hit them all, right? You're not gonna succeed at all of them. You're gonna take a couple falls, but you know what? Take your fucking falls. Don't be afraid. Even if you are afraid, don't be afraid. Take that chance. I said yesterday, you don't want to be that guy that's, 80 years old, laying on your deathbed going, oh man, I wish I had done this, or I wish I'd done that, or try to live your life with as few regrets as possible. Damn aliens, eh? Canada's like an old cow. The West feeds it. Ontario, Quebec milk it. You can well imagine what it's doing in the Maritime. Yeah, they're fucking it. Probably, eh? Probably. A Canadian is somebody who knows how to make love in a canoe. You know what? I've not done that one. I'll put that one on my list, though. I will. Good morning, John. Good to see you, brother. As always, pleasure having you here. All right, Bob, take it easy, man. Thanks for popping in. Quit looking and come over and join us across the border and join us. Oh, JJ, man, if it was that easy, sometimes I think I would want to, but sometimes I don't think I'd want to. It's it's a Canadian, not a Canadian thing. It's a national thing. It's a pride thing, you know, man. Like I'm Canadian. I'm born here. I'm raised here. My family was, you know, I'm third or fourth generation born Canadian. You know, I'm not going to abandon my country just because of bad politics. Good morning, Patrick. Damn good to see you, man. Appreciate seeing you here this morning. Your favorite thing out of Canada is Jim Carrey. Yeah, we did good. We did good with that one, didn't we, Jay? Did pretty good with that one. Can't go wrong with Jim Carrey. We did all right with Celine Dion, Shania Twain, Rush, Michael J. Fox. Yeah, we did all right. We did all right. Yeah, it's hard to break it. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. Good morning, Camille. Damn good to see you, boy. Thanks for popping in here. Man, I hope you're okay. Haven't seen you in a couple days. I was going to actually, if I didn't see you today, I was going to rifle you off a message and just to check in on you and make sure you're okay. Oh, the sky is absolutely beautiful out here today. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that sun. It looks like it, like I said, it looks like it's burning a hole in the sky right now. Neil Peart, arguably the best drummer of all time. Arguably, there's an argument there, but my humble opinion. All right, you duck or moose knuckle this morning. Well, I couldn't get out of bed this morning, if you know what I mean. That was rough getting out of bed this morning, getting my girl to work. She was late, and here I am, and I'm late too, so. Canada, what an empty space. Well, that's Vernon. That's actually beautiful. That's actually really good. The fact that, you know, we've got such a beautiful, vast country, and there's nobody in it, man. You know, there's nobody in it. Like my country's got a population of California, the state of California. I think there's more in California than there is in Canada, and like we got the second largest country square mile wise, and there's nothing here. It's beautiful. Snorlord OG, good to see you, brother. Always a pleasure to have you around, Steve. Thanks for coming in here. Appreciate your time. You're a busy man, I get that. What happened? You get old? No, man, I didn't get old. What happened? Did you get old? You're only as old as you feel, Johnny. Everybody's having a late morning, are they? Brian will be wearing Depends. No, that won't happen. That won't happen. Not this week. Well, luckily for us, the country's big enough that we could take a few foreigners and we can take some immigration, and it wouldn't affect us too badly. That sky you're looking at right there is pointing exactly due east right now, and if you started walking, the next civilized or the next major city you're going to come to would be Saskatoon or Regina, and that's about a 2-day walk. And let me tell you, there's nothing in between here and there. Well, Blue Baron, yes and no. If you take immigration for the reason immigration was invented and why we do it, and it's used properly and accordingly, then yes. then yes, I got no problem with immigration. Sorry about that. Um, I don't think we should take illegals. That's a whole different story. I have no problem with legal immigration, um, only because as a country, it doesn't matter what country you're in, United States, Canada, it makes no difference. Um, you do rely on immigration just for manpower, right? You have to have the labor force to support the force the population that's already here. As the population grows, you can't produce enough babies and have them grow up fast enough to replace to fill the workforce. The workforce grows faster than the population does. So you do need to have some legal immigration. I got no problem with that. It's when they're bringing them in for other reasons other than that is when I get a little, my back goes up and I start, questioning what our politicians are doing. Will has a secret he wants to tell us. All right, let's hear it. Well, hey man, I'm giving you this sunrise tariff free, Jay. Just remember that, eh? This is a tariff free sunrise. So Trump didn't get his fingers on this one. I'll give this one to you free of charge, man. Exactly, Johnny. Exactly. Any of the mods that are in here today, Kumail, we're not timing anybody out today. Okay, we're not timing unless it's a particular bot. That's fine, but otherwise, anybody that comes in and says anything, do not delete, do not erase. I want to see it all. I want to see it all. Good morning, Skynet. How the hell are you this morning, man? Who timed out T21? Neil. How does Neil have a mod to be able to do that? That is interesting. That is very interesting. Yeah, I got you, John. Funny. Look at that. You never buy Canadian maple again? Interesting thing going on here. Interesting thing going on here. How do I feel about Rose? I don't have any feelings about Rosie O'Donnell and on OnlyFans. I really could care less. I really could care less, to be honest with you. I sent undie pics and still don't have a wrench. Still waiting for you to cross the border in yours. Morning, Holler. Good to see you. Good to see you. Sorry, I'm still giggling at car wash guy. You gotta up your. I don't. You know what? I know who that is. We'll take care of that. Interesting. Very interesting. If I send pictures, can I get a wrench? Well, it depends on what you're sending, Holler. Ryan's sending undie pics. Now you believe me, you gotta see Ryan in his undies. You may not want a wrench. You may not want a wrench after that. You think Sean will be okay? I think our resident pest. Is back, and that's okay. You flashed me. That's yeah, but that was I gave you the wrench out of fear, so that you would never flash me again. That's why we did that. Yeah, why do you think I required eight eye surgeries, right? Curtis flashed me. Next thing I know, my retinas fell off my eyeballs. Next thing I know, I'm getting surgery on my eyes. That was a rough day, man. Don't do that again, Curtis. I don't know if Sean is back or not. I don't know if T21's back or not. Hopefully he comes back. He's a good man. 21, it's we've got a minor technical issue going on right now. Somebody's thinking they're being funny. Methman, Diddy Goon. Well, that's a hell of a name there, man. Yo, good to see you. Good morning. Thanks for coming in, man. Craft Corner says hi. When you have surgery on your eyes, can you see everything that they do? No, you can't. The beginning of it, you can. So, for a couple of the surgeries, I was awake, and for a couple of them, I was asleep. The ones that you're awake, you can, when they're starting the surgery, just as they're, putting one of the needles or anything into your eyeball, you get a quick glimpse as it's happening, but then everything just goes black, so you don't see it, but you're awake, and they freeze your eye, like you don't feel it, you don't feel a thing, you're frozen solid. And the ones while you're asleep, well, obviously you don't see jack while you're sleeping, right? So 21's back. All right, man. Good to see you. Sorry about that, Sean. My apologies, brother. Everybody here knows who you are. You would not have been timed out or blocked or anything like that by any of my mods or by me. I apologize for that. When are you gonna open Pokemon packs? Dude, what on God's green earth are you talking about, son? Pokemon packs? Nah. No, we don't play with Pokemon. We don't play games like that. I think I've got other things in my life that are a little more important than Pokemon packs. Here, I'm just adjusting the. I've got the mount stuck to my driver's side mirror, so I can actually adjust the picture just by adjusting my mirror. That's how technologically savvy we are. Yeah, Camille, it is. Well, not really. No, it's not a new guy. Talk about lazy. Hey, dude, that's what we're talking about. The new technology, right? You got a power mirror. Why not use the power mirror, dude? Reluctant gamer, I appreciate that. Thank you. I trolled this guy. One guy told him American men in the 80s had muscles and muscle cars. American men in 2025 have Pokemon cards and Mountain Dew and a camera. There you go. Very, very good point. Moto. Damn it, man. Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm sorry that my lives are running at the same time that yours are in the morning. Because I'd really like to come hang out with you guys in the morning. But you know, it is what it is. I need to see the sunrise. I need to watch this every day. It's good for the heart, it's good for the soul, and it's good for the mind. It's a good way to start your day, you know. Grab your coffee and watch a sunrise. But again, as I said yesterday, anybody that's into bikes or into just good conversation and hanging out, go talk. Go check out Moto Bomb Virginia, please. Dean is an awesome guy. I've met him personally, sat with him for a few hours, had some coffee, made myself another lifelong friend. And I love what he's doing on his channel, and I wholeheartedly endorse everything he's doing over there. So that's it. Do me a favor, just hit the like button. I won't ask you for nothing, man. Just hit the like button. We're all good. You guys broke through big time yesterday. Broke through big time yesterday. We crested the 12,000 subscriber mark. That was fantastic. Not only did we hit it, we blew past it. Like I said earlier, when we started this stream this morning, we were at 12,032. So not only did you break the 12,000 mark, we started at 981, so 11,981 yesterday, and we ended with 12,032. So that's on you guys, man. Congratulations to every single one of you. Now, I thank you. Obviously, this is my channel, but you guys spend as much time in here as I do, obviously, right? Obviously. So thank you for that. Thank you for that. And you know what? Everybody pat yourselves on the back. Congratulations. Thank you. No stogie this morning, John. No spogie this morning. I'm making a peanut butter sandwich. Oh. Okay, how do you make your Blackbird? Here's the question. Here's the question. $1 million question. Do you put butter on it? Do you butter the bread and then put your peanut butter on? Or is it just 2 pieces of bread and you slap that peanut butter on there? I'm making and gorilla bacon. I'd actually try that. I'd try that. I really would. Yeah, everybody pulled through big time last night. Everybody pulled through big time last night. Sterling, you will be back in a minute. Kamel, go get Sterling back, please. Sterling, we've got you know who somehow has a wrench. I know how he has a wrench. He's in the chat. I eat peanut butter and mayo. Oh, Curtis, you're disgusting. You're disgusting. I eat toast butter side up. I eat my toast butter side up. Well, I'd be impressed if you were eating it butter side down and not getting it all over your shirt. I eat toast. I'll make a piece of toast and I put butter on it, and so the butter is literally dripping off of it. That's how much I love butter. Grilled PB&J, same thing, Sterling. Absolutely. Same thing. Love it. Yeah, it's my go-to sandwich. It's my go-to sandwich is a simple ham and cheese. Give me a simple ham and cheese sandwich. SFH, man, good to see you, man. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. Thanks for hanging with us this morning. Damn good to see you again. Oh man. When you've got the munchies, a ham and cheese sandwich is the best thing in the world. Like when you're super high, oh. When you've smoked that last bag of weed and it's time to fucking to calm down or to come down, oh. Ham and cheese, ribeye slice with onions and cheese on toast. Oh, Johnny, you're making me hungry, dude. You're killing me. No, we don't. We do not have Aldi in Canada. It would not kill us if we did. We've got some decent grocery store chains up here, but no Aldis. I only had one Cuban sandwich in 7 weeks. Well, you're due. You're home. You're home. And congratulations on that. I'm glad you're home. You've been home, what? You got home yesterday morning, early yesterday morning, so hope you're okay, buddy. You know what? Take some time now, relax. Get some shit straight. Straighten out some shit. Get some shit straight. Get yourself right. And then, you know what? Get yourself back at it, man. Yeah, when I grow up, I want to be just like Curtis as well. I'm mixed. Ooh, Blackbird, you're a rebel. You're a rebel. I once put Tang in my orange juice to see what that would do. I don't know if that makes me a rebel. I put Tang in my orange juice. It wasn't bad. You slept 17 hours? Well, yeah, you probably fucking needed it, Sterling. No such thing as Mexican food north of Oklahoma. Well, no, you get into Canada, we got Mexican food up here. So you get anything north of Oklahoma, you might not have anything till you hit the Canadian border, but then you go, here you go. Whew. When my son grows up, I hope he is like Elon Musk, just more handsome. Billions over and over a dozen baby mamas. Well, if you've got that much money, man, then you can take that. You know? You can do that. I don't, dude, you've been hanging out with James Best too long. You guys just leave the chat alone, Curtis, mods. Leave that alone. I'm sure there's something interesting he's got to say. I'm curious to hear it. It's cute, isn't it? Yeah. Well, it's cute. But leave him alone. Leave him alone. Yeah, I know, but he can't do it now. That might be the fact there, Curtis. You know, he's a jilted lover. I don't know. A jilted lover. He's got a man crush. He's got a man crush on Sterling. Sterling is sexy. I'll give it to him. Sterling holds his own. Damn, that's good, eh? Look at that sun. Damn it. You guys, you should feel the heat coming in here right now. James, you know what? I'm doing really well this morning, man. I really am. I'm a little late. Couldn't get out of bed this morning. I just didn't want to get out of bed, and I was late. My girl was late for work, and I was late getting on the stream here. So you know what, man? I'm sorry about that. But hey, what we got here is pretty good. Not a bad sunrise here. Let me just. I'd cuddle with Sterling at night, hoping I don't get a poke between my cheeks. Well, you know you're going to get a poke. You know you're going to get a poke. It doesn't matter what you do. Anybody that cuddles with Sterling, especially if you're the inside spoon, you're going to get a poke. So, hey, what can you do? You know what? Take it as you can get it. When was the last time you got a good poke there, Curdy? Hey? When was the last time you got a really good poke there? Well, that's kind of you. That's kind of you, Sterling. You know, at least you're a gracious. You're gracious. It's always polite to ask before, right? Unless you're Holler. Don't ask Holler. Just surprise him, right? Just surprise him. I'm okay. I just need to make new friends. Well, you know what? Come hang out. Come hang out. It's an early Saturday morning. What time am I? I'm 7:37 in the morning out here. Most people in this time zone are just dragging on a Saturday morning, just dragging themselves out of bed. Curtis and the boys, everybody else, you guys are all a few hours ahead. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. I'd look at this sunrise all day long, man. All day long. Can you guys hear that? I've got that guy that has the camper trailer. He's about 15 feet off to my right here, and he just started up a little Jenny. Are you guys picking that up, or is that all right? Ronnie Bush, good to see you, man. Damn good to see you. Thanks for popping in, saying hi. Well, you know what, Sterling? Take them as you can get them, buddy. Take them as you can get them. As long as you weren't paying for them. Well, that's not even in some cases you're paying for them. You just don't know it. Some people got their rocks off on throwing shade on others. Hey, you know what? It's okay. Holler, it's okay. You know why it's okay? Because as long as they're picking on me or Sterling, they're leaving somebody else alone. You know, that's as simple as it is. I can't hear it. It's more of a background noise. No, okay. Involuntary BJs. Hey, take them as you can get them, right? A surprise BJ, yeah. It's like a surprise poke in between the cheeks. There you go. Dog, good to see you, man. Thank you very much. Thanks for hanging. Thanks for everything you do for us. Appreciate that. You know that. Biden's brain, his mind, it took a walk about a year ago. Don't know what the hell happened there. Well, we do know what happened. He's what, 113 years old? But his mind took a walk over a year ago. Why do you think Obama was running your country for you in the background, right? Because Biden couldn't do it. Accountant, that doesn't sound like a bad life, to be honest with you. Wish I was unemployed living my best life in a van down by the river with BJ's. Well, you know what? Give Sterling a call. He can tell you how to do that. He's unemployed right now, but you know what? He's not living down by the river in a van, but he's unemployed getting the BJ's. So you popped your first butt cherry? There you go. There you go. I totally forgot to watch the sunrise this morning too. Busy with a good woman who loves me. Am I right? You're damn right, man. Damn right. Yeah, I'm glad Sterling's home. He's safe. You know what, man? Turn the page, it's another chapter. Turn the page, it's another chapter. Bog-eyed crag rat. How the hell you doing this morning, brother? Damn it, it's good to see you. It is really good to see you. How's my wee Scottish haggis doing there? Eh? My Tasmanian haggis. How's she doing this morning, man? Hopefully she's tuning in as well. If she is, all my love to her. Currently trying to figure out why the water pump is installed last weekend is leaking again. Did you do? In my case, honestly, it's I probably did it myself. If I'd have paid somebody to do it properly, it probably would have been okay. It wouldn't be leaking. But in my case, if I do it myself, I end up having to take it in, get it refixed. That's why I don't tinker with shit like that when it comes to my truck. You know what? If it's a simple thing like an oil change or something, a simple thing like that, you know, changing out a brake chamber, a maxi or something like that, I'll take care of. But anything on the mechanical side of it, it's just, you know what, I've learned my lesson. It's not my forte. You know, I'm not a mechanic. I wish I was. I wish I was more inclined that way, but I'm not. So I usually end up paying somebody to do it. That way it's done right. And you know, I can do it and pay for the parts, and I can do it with my own labor, but then I end up having to take it in and get somebody else to fix it. And then I got to pay again. So I might as well pay somebody to fix it right the first time, right? That's good to hear, Crag Rat. Damn cheap Amazon parts. Yeah, who'd have thunk, though? Who'd have thunk that, you know, you can fucking sit there now and you can easily order pretty much any part you want from a truck off of Amazon. Right? Off of Amazon. If somebody had told me years ago that Amazon was going to be around and you could order everything from a ham and cheese sandwich to a water pump gasket, I'd have said you were full of shit and I wouldn't believe it. But now look at us now. Now leave it, Camille. At the current state of mechanics, a blind midget with herpes can be a master mechanic. I hear you. But that doesn't mean I'm going to take that up. I certainly ain't going to try. Like I said, it's just easier and cheaper for me to get it done, fixed right the first time. It's called lesson learned, man. Bog-eyed, okay, same with Temu, or however you say that. I don't know how you say that, right? I just bought parts for my car off Temu. It's the same thing. You could pretty much reassemble a motorcycle, a car, a truck, just about any vehicle. It wouldn't surprise me if you can go get parts for a combine, right? Pull parts for a combine off of Temu or Amazon these days. Hold on, what the hell was that? Water pump for green APU, 250. From green APU, 215 bucks. Amazon, 35 bucks. I don't know. So when you get prices like that, is it worth taking the chance, hauler? Is it the pump that's leaking, or is it the gasket that's leaking? You know, again, it's one of those that who frickin' knows? Who frickin' knows, right? What's going on there, Frosty? Good to see you. Enjoy the sunrise, please. Nothing wrong with Susie sneaking in the back door, as long as you're into that. You're happy I quit the cigars. Well, nobody says I quit the cigars. I just stopped them for the time being. Buy the part that's 60% off the price of the highest priced part. I don't know, man. Beautiful British Columbia. Well, brother Stephen, we're out in Alberta. We're one province over. I'm one province away from you. Hold on, I gotta kill this. We actually got mosquitoes out already. That's him, bog-eyed. Yeah, we're out in Alberta. I live in Strathmore, Alberta. I'm sitting on the edge of town, and I'm just watching the sunrise here. Old one was leaking out the weep hole. New one, I don't know where it's leaking from. Damn. I've never smoked in my entire life. Well, I don't endorse it, and I don't suggest it. It's something that I do, and it's a personal choice for everybody. But hey, I'm out. Got to get going. All right, Sterling. Good to see you, brother. Appreciate your time and your love and your attention, and thanks for the support of the channel, man. Always. Cod Medic, man. I got a coffee and I got a sunrise, and I don't know what else I need right now. Marijuana is the best way to start your day. If I smoked a joint right now, I'd be sleeping. I really would. I'd be passed out, fucking sound asleep. Weed and hash. I smoked. I don't smoke anymore. I don't smoke weed anymore. But I did when I did. I smoked weed, obviously, but I was a hash smoker. I loved to smoke hash. I loved the smell of it. I loved the taste of it. So, but it's the same effect on me, right? I'd smoke a joint. Next thing you know, I'd be sitting in the corner just fucking drooling. Greg, wake and bake. There you go. It didn't work for me. Wake and bake didn't work for me. It didn't get my day started. If I wanted to get my day started, I'd take a bump, right? A real good bump, get you going in the morning. A couple of quick shots, a couple of shots of Jim Beam and a bump, and then a cigarette, and then usually a shower, and then another bump, and then you get dressed and out the door you go. JJ, you're not the first one to say that. The way we say it, out. Oh, that's hilarious. That's hilarious. No, she works on the weekend. She works a really bizarre shift, right? So she works through the weekend on one week, and then she's off on the weekend the following week, or the way her shift works. So, no. So right now she's at work. This weekend she's working. But then when she's off, that's when I don't do the live streams in the morning, because I spend those days that she's off, I spend them with her. you got to have balance, right? You got to have balance. It's very important in your life. And I've not always been successful with it. But you got to have balance in your life when it comes to relationships. A little Coca-Cola never hurts. It gets your heart started first thing in the morning, eh? It'll get you going. Hey, you hearing a few, more than a few, Victor? More than a few. None of the megas have well, they're feeling it, obviously. But I don't think any of the megas have filed for Chapter 11 or anything like that. But I know that, especially in Canada here, some of the smaller carriers, and when I say smaller carriers, I mean anything from 200 trucks, a fleet with 200 trucks and down would be considered, as, in my eyes, as a smaller carrier. And then you get below that, you get like to the mom and pop carriers that, you know, they got 20 or 30. It's interesting. It's interesting to watch how people and companies are dealing with this. But there's a few companies in Canada that have had to shut their doors. Everybody, yeah, well, every business. I'm not surprised. Well, it's funny in our industry, Victor, that, you know, we're so heavily regulated, yet we can work a 70-hour week. And most of us don't really, I begrudge it sometimes, having to work a 70-hour week. And if I had to go down to work and if I had to go down to work and say a 45-hour week or a 50-hour week, I'd be complaining about it. So where do you find that balance, right? Where do you find that balance? That's a tough one, man. It really is. They had to restructure. They're big down there, aren't they? They're huge down there. 55 hours max. 70 hours and no overtime. Well, 70 hours. Realistically, overtime should be after 45 or 44 hours. It's one of those industries where you can work a 70-hour week and not get a dime of overtime. Although there's a couple of companies in Canada that have tried doing the hourly thing with the OTR. I don't know if they were successful. I don't know the end result on that, to tell you the truth. I know that Robert out of Boucherville, Quebec, I know that they experimented with it. I know that I don't know if they were successful, but I don't even know if they're still doing it or not. You know, it's one of those things that I think they've kept quiet to see how it works out. They ran an idea, or they ran a plan to try it, and I don't know how it worked out for them. Eight hours a day. Damn, as a truck driver, if you're working 8 hours a day, what are you doing with the rest of your day? Right? Really, what are you doing with the rest of your day? Eric the Great, good morning. Good to see you again, man. Thanks for hanging in here with us. Always a pleasure. JJ, I'm going to choke my chicken later, then take a nap. That's not a damn bad plan, man. Just remember, it doesn't owe you money. You don't have to beat it like it owes you money. It's yours. It's not rented. You don't have to give it back, so don't beat it too hard. Butter chicken with naan. Oh, we got a place. I haven't tried it yet. We now have 2 places. Actually, I was talking to my girl this morning. We were driving to work and we drove past this place and she was asking about like butter chicken. There's 2 places in town that make it. I think we're gonna give that a try. I myself have never really sat down and tried it. I've never really sat down and tried it, but everybody else I know that's tried it, they love it, so. I don't know about the naan. I don't know about the naan is the type of bread. I don't know about that. I've never had that. Wild 7 Ventures. Yeah, we broke that yesterday. We broke it yesterday. Thank you for everybody that subscribed. Really appreciate that. Really, really do appreciate that. We started this. We started the stream yesterday. We had 11,981. We started the stream this morning. We were at 12,032. 12,032. We started the stream with this morning. So, not only did we break the 12,000 mark for subs, but we blew past it, and that was on you guys, man. Thank you very much. You guys are more responsible for it than I am. You keep coming back for punishment. I'm just grabbing a mouthful of coffee here, guys. Mark Ely, good to see you, man. Long time, I haven't seen you in a bit. I see you around at other people's chats. I'm usually Snoopy. I sit in quite a few chats, and I sit in the background and just enjoy the chat and enjoy the stream. Good to see you though, man. Thanks for popping in here. Same with Octomom. JVG was doomed since the beginning, since Kenmore closed in the early 2000s. Well, there's a lot of companies that are taking the hit, especially the ones that were freight specified. You know, all the carriers that relied heavily on the auto parts, those guys are taking a hit right now. Anything to do with especially aluminum and steel that has to go back and forth across the border a couple of times, they're taking a pretty good hit right now, you know. Mark, we're doing the best we can with what we got, brother. You know what? All I'm hoping for today is to watch a really nice sunrise here. And then we'll, when that sun gets, usually I wait till the sun gets above my visor because then it's not blaring in my eyes and I'll turn the camera around. But right now, that's all we're doing. Just sitting here shooting the shit. Oh, excuse me. Coffee tastes good going both ways here. I didn't know it got sold, Curtis. Who bought it? Don't tell me TFI. I don't know who bought Challenger. Because as far as I know, Challenger was one of those trucking companies that was on really good solid financial ground, right? I didn't know that that they were in any kind of trouble. And maybe they weren't. Maybe Dan just sold it, while times were good. How many storm chasers have I seen? You know what? I'll be honest with you. I haven't seen any of them in Canada. And I think in my entire career running around the US, I might have seen one or two. Not really. Fast freight bought Challenger. Okay, so that makes sense. That makes sense because if you go to Challenger's website, you'll see that it's a Challenger Motor Freight, and then underneath somewhere it says Fast Freight da 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 da. I thought it might have been the other way around. To be honest with you, I thought that maybe Challenger bought Fast Freight. Mark, I'm currently going to be running the truck is being put on with a new company, and I'm currently going to be running up in the Northwest, right? Northwest Canada and US. So yeah, I'll be doing a lot of Montana, Wyoming, Utah, Oregon, maybe some Northern Cali, stuff like that. The donkey. Wait, aren't you the guy that smokes? We'll talk. It's a shame. It's a shame that that's what I'm known for. But if that's what it is, then that's what it is. Yeah. Canada Cartage took over the Walmart division. I didn't know, because as far as I knew in Canada, at least, that oh, they're coming to get me. Anyway, as far as I knew in Canada, at least, that Walmart used third-party logistics for all of their freight, and I think they had upwards of 5 different companies all doing their deliveries. They didn't have just one main carrier. So although that doesn't surprise me, Victor, it doesn't surprise me in the least that Canada Cartage took over and grabbed that. But I guarantee you, in order to get that, they had to bottom their rates right out to the bottom. You know, I'm pretty sure that they had to bottom out their rates to get that division, if they got it all. And then the other thing is, I can tell you this, Canada Cartage they're big, but they're not big enough to service all of Walmart in Canada. So they probably got, like, Canada Cartage would be like the number one, the main carrier, and then any of the overflow would go to the secondary and maybe third company. What's the new thing that America did? Well, it's not new. He did it. Trump did it a few months ago, and he slapped some tariffs. He slapped some tariffs on, and he's made life a little more difficult for Canadians, but he's made life a whole lot more difficult for Americans. There's no deadheading. That's the good thing about Canada Cartage. You see, they've got other freight customers as well, right? Whereas a lot of the companies that were pulling for Walmart, they'd go out and do a store delivery, and then they'd have to deadhead all the way back, right? Canada Cartage doesn't have to do that. They can take their empty trailer once they're empty at the Walmart store, and they can go somewhere else and pick up freight. So yeah, Canada Cartage is a big enough company, they can do that, and it works for them, right? It works for them. Ginger Grace, hey dude, what's going on? How the hell are you this morning? Ginger, good to see you. Isn't China the highest to... I forgot the rest. China owns a lot. It really does. JF, what am I doing? I'm doing sweet F all right now. I'm sitting here just watching the sunrise, shooting the shit in the chat. Another couple of minutes, I'll bring the camera back inside in a couple of minutes, and as soon as that sun, we're just not quite high enough over the top of the car here. It's 3 p.m. in UK, but good morning to you. Hey man, thank you, Ginger, appreciate that. What time do you guys do tea time? Is that still something over there in England or over in the UK? Like, I remember as a boy that I hear stories that, the whole country would shut down or whatever, like at 1 p.m. and you'd stop and have tea time. And then once you've had your tea time, everybody would start back up and go back to work. 11:35 p.m. here in Australia. Damn, you're ready for bed. Actually, it's Saturday night. You're not ready for bed. You're probably right in the middle of it. You're probably having a really good time about this point. Yeah, it's still yesterday in Australia. Yeah. If you flew to Australia and flew back, you'd be in the same day. What do you think about that, Curtis? You get your day back. You could fly from Canada all the way to Australia, get off the plane, get back on the plane, fly back, and you'd have the same day again. There you go. You're just contemplating life. Oh, don't do that. Do it, but don't hurt yourself. Do it. I have my tea evening meal, about 5 or 6, depending on the day. I became a teetotaler from my grandmother. My grandmother well, she's passed away now, but my grandmother was from England. She came over after World War II. She married my grandfather. He was a Canadian soldier, and he went over during the war and met himself an English woman and brought her back to Canada. And she would sit there and drink tea all day long, all afternoon, all night, just pot after pot of tea, and eat pink freen cookies. You know, those, talk to you later, Victor. Good to see you, man. Thanks. Those pink freen, whatever, those fucking pink free, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You guys know what the hell I'm talking about, right? She'd eat those cookies all day long. How the woman lived as long as she did, but she did. She lived on it. Canada became a fully independent in 1982. Yeah. Wait till Robert gets here. He'll have that argument with you. You know Ginger very well. All right. Very well recommended, highly recommended. We'll take that. We'll take that. Ginger, if you're a friend of fucking the crowd, the old crag rat there, then you're a friend of ours. And you got a great name. Great name. Arguably the name of one of the best drummers ever fucking come out of, in the world. Good old Ginger Baker. Arguably, I'm saying arguably here. Let's not get carried away. I'm thinking about what's that? I think about how many girls I'll get in high school in year 9. I wouldn't be thinking about that. I wouldn't be thinking about that. Holler, thanks for hanging out with us, man. Appreciate it. More than likely, might see you in a bit. Oh, okay, got ya. That's interesting. What are you worried about? If you're going into year 9 in high school, that's your first year of high school, the last thing you should be worried about right now is fucking, is how many women, how many girls you're going to get. Year 9 is stressful. I can't say I did overly well in year 9 because I came out of private school, right? I was in private school for grade 8, and then I went from a private school setting to high school. It's like, oh my God. Neil Peart, in my opinion, best drummer. I agree with you, Mark. I mentioned that earlier today, that yes, I agree that Neil Peart is, not only is he a good Canadian boy, or was, sorry, a good Canadian boy, but he's arguably the best drummer of all time. And I usually say the word arguably because I know in the chat somebody's going to go, well, what about John Bonham? Well, John Bonham, again, arguably, again, he's got, you know, it's an argument that you can, have. You know, Ginger Baker, John Bonham, all those guys, those power drummers, right? Keith Moon, The Who. If you take John Bonham and Keith Moon and Ginger Baker, I would say those guys are the 3 premier power drummers, right? You knew who it was from the first time, from the first hit of the drum, right? Absolute power drummers. Now, when you get into style and finesse, you got Neil Peart all day long. Nobody's going to touch Neil Peart all day long. It's one of those things you can argue about all day long, too. You dropped grade 9, what? Easiest year for me. Yeah, that's probably because you didn't show up and go to school. What does kegging mean? You know, and as far as I know, kegging is when you're doing keg parties. But hell, terms and terminology changes so quickly these days. Kegging could mean something completely different today than what I know. So don't take my word for it, man. My worldly knowledge and wisdom could be written on a postage stamp, for Christ's sake. Yeah, I got that, Tom. That's awesome. You should ask about pegging. Well, Curtis, you can take care of that one there, eh? You can take care of that one. All right, so we're looking good. Give me a second. I'm just going to turn the camera around. I got to move the camera, so I got to move the stand from the outside to the inside here. So just give me a second. Oh. One momento. I guess I should wash the windshield, eh? Here, I'm just going to stick that there for a second while I get the... Sorry about that. There you go. There's a better view. Yeah, no, it won't stay. There we go. Hold on. Just bear with me. There we go. There we go. See how that works. Ain't no pegging going on in my house. Hold on a second here. There we go. There we go. There we go. Good morning to you all. Hopefully you're all having a good morning. So far, so good. We're looking good. Beautiful day. Look at that sun. That just went above the visor here. So give it another couple of minutes, and this part here will vanish. I don't know how bad that shows up on your how bad that shows up on your screen. So far, so good. No pegging. Well, that's good. That's good. No pegging going on at my place. What the fuck? What are you talking about? Look at this thing. This thing's a piece of art. This is the one Tyke Trucking sent to me. This one's authentic, man. The original Yorkshire Clothing Company Limited, made in England. Look at that. Comfy as hell. Oh my God, it's so comfortable. It makes you wonder why you even wear baseball hats. I'm drinking fresh squeezed liberal tears to wash it down. That's awesome. Thanks, Mark. I'm getting old. I'll take that, man. I'll take that. I'm getting old. Hey, man, if you can go through life and not get old, good on you. I've aged 20 years. Instead of 55, he's 75. No, I love the hat, Curtis. Fuck, I'm not British. I'm not from England. I'm not from UK, but I'm proud to wear it, man. My good buddy sent it over to me, so I'm gonna wear it. Good morning, Harrison. Good to see you. Was I around when? No, I wasn't even. I don't think I was born when JFK was assassinated. I was born in 1969. So what year was he assassinated? I don't know. I wasn't around when they invented the wheel either. Let's not get crazy. Oh, Curdy, that's not important. That's not important. Greg's been around. Oh, Greg's saying that he was assassinated in 63. So no, I'm a little after that. Greg's either saying he was assassinated in 1963 or he's 63 years old. So when Neil Armstrong stepped on the moon in 69, but I was born at the end of that. I was born after that even. He was on the moon before I was born. Nate, try harder. Do better. Try to do better if you can. Ignorance is bliss, but in your case, not so much. Scott Elliott from Colorado, man, damn good to see you. Love Colorado. Not crazy about your toll road, but November 69, well, there you go. I'm still even after that. I still wasn't born. I was born in December of 69. Are you a dad? Yeah, I'm a dad. I'm a dad of, I've got 6 daughters. 6 daughters, and I'm a grandfather. I've got one little baby girl, one baby granddaughter. She's 2 and a bit. You were born in 79. Nothing exciting happened in 79. It's like my grandpa traveled to Canada again. They act like they hate each other, but it's farthest from the truth. Who's in the trunk? Wouldn't you like to know? Wouldn't you like to know? After we're done with the stream, we're gonna take who's in the trunk, and we're gonna go way out there. That's the Canadian prairies. This is Alberta, but we're gonna go way out there, way over that horizon where it's nice and flat, and we've got a hole already dug. We've already got a hole dug. That's where that body's going. Muhammad, thank you, man. Thank you. I'll even take the old man comment. You seen the shovel? Yeah, well, it's hard to hide in a small car, right? I was running 3 sweatshops in Korea in 79. That air whistle got annoying. Because my dad isn't the best. He's getting violent every day, and I don't have a very trusted adult to tell. I'm kind of scared. Do you have any advice? Pixie, tell somebody. For Christ's sake, tell somebody. Don't keep that to yourself. Get some goddamn help, man. YouTube probably ain't the best place to be asking for help for something like that, man. There's always an option, Pixie. Always an option. Like you said yesterday, it's not strike 1, 2, and 3, you're out. You know, there's always an option. There's always another way. I love this. Look at this. I'm in the middle of a new adventure. I stopped biting my nails weeks ago, and now they're all grown in, right? I got my nails are all grown in, and now I can actually, I got to watch when I scratch my face or something like that. I end up slicing myself. I hope you can kick a ball. I can kick a ball. I can kick a ball. I can't run worth a shit. Couldn't play soccer worth a damn. But yeah, I can kick a ball. Connor, yeah, I remember you. Thank you for coming back. Appreciate that, man. Do me a favor, guys. As you're coming in and out, just do me a favor and throw a like on there. Hit that like button. How come no cigars? You know what, Mark? Be honest with you, two reasons. One is the cost, right? I'm going to be starting work again shortly, but I've been off for about a month. And, you know, you just got to watch your pennies. You know, you can live on your savings, but doesn't mean you got to squander them, right? So, let's face it, smoking cigars ain't cheap, right? Even if you get into the lower price cigars, you're still, you know, $12, $13, $15 a cigar. So, you know, if you're smoking 3 or 4 of those in a day, that adds up. So, and just the fact that, you know what, the cigar smoke is actually worse for me. Like, especially when we're sitting here like this right now. When I was smoking the cigars, the smoke doesn't clear out of here fast enough, right? So you're inhaling like all that smoke. So it's actually smoking a light cigarette is actually better for your lungs, believe it or not, than inhaling secondhand cigar smoke. Smoke smaller ones. You know, those are options. I need to quit smoking, too stressed at the moment. Well, you know what? That's the case with a lot of people there. It really is. I don't blame my habits on stress. You know, I just don't. It's not something I do. You know, whatever my habits are, whether it's cigar smoking, cigarette smoking, swearing, or whatever like that. I don't blame my habits on stress or anything like that, because how we deal with stress is entirely up to us. If some people want to smoke, fine. If they want to drink, fine. If they want to, you know, run rails of cocaine up their nose off some hooker's ass, fine. You know, either way. Am I still sober? Yes, absolutely. Mark, I've been sober since March 21st of 1993. So I just celebrated 32 years of drug and alcohol freedom. Quite a milestone. I like people who stress because they care. You know what? That's a profound statement, but if I'm stressed out over a situation, doesn't mean I'm necessarily care about it, you know? People that don't stress don't care. I don't know about that. Nicotine is considered a drug too. I don't disagree with you, Viral. I do not disagree with you one single bit. Nicotine is a drug. It's proven. I have no argument. I won't disagree with you, 100%. But is it a narcotic, a mind-altering state drug like, say, cocaine or heroin, or even weed or anything like that? Is it that kind of drug? No. But does it addict you? Yes. Does it hold you in its grasp? Yes. It's one of those, you know, again, I don't endorse it. I truly don't. I don't endorse smoking cigarettes or cigars or pipes, or I don't endorse any kind of smoking. But on the other hand, you know what? If you do it, it's not a thing with me. If you smoke cigarettes or you smoke whatever you fucking smoke. I would in a sense, I would endorse smoking weed. I really would. I've seen the medicinal results that people have gotten from smoking weed. I've got children in my family that use it medicinally, and it has worked wonders and helped them enhance their lives and help them with medical issues. I've got no problem with that. You want to smoke a joint, and it helps you with anxiety, or it's helping you with ADHD, or it's helping you with whatever. That's a whole different ball game. I got absolutely no problem with that whatsoever. I consider marijuana on the same level as drinking. There's no difference between smoking a joint and having a shot of Jack Daniels or drinking a beer. I got no problem with that. None whatsoever. Medical recreational will keep the price up, so we never build anything out of it or use it for fuel oil. Construction waste could have been medicine like it was long ago. I think they are when they explore the uses of marijuana, I don't think they've tapped into everything that drug can do yet. Right? I really don't. The THC, yeah. But the CBD, like, man, if I could take CBD and be 100 and make sure that it was 100% THC free, I'd be using CBD for aches and pains and general things like that. Technoblade, good to see you, man. You smoke meth daily, but I'm not an addict. I wish I could smoke only just. What's that? I wish I could only just smoke after sex. Yeah, okay, you do that. Keladab, you know what? I don't disagree with you in this, and I gave this example yesterday. Okay, I gave this example yesterday. You go into a bar, and there's a bunch of people in there drinking and carrying on, and they get drunk, and there's a pretty good chance somebody's going to get out of line, and there's going to be a bar brawl, right? You're going to have a bar fight. Now you take 25 of those people that are drinking, right, and they do this, and you're going to get a bar fight. Somebody at some point is going to get out of line. But then if you take 25 pot smokers into a bar and everybody lights up, there ain't a chance in hell that you're going to get a bar fight. Hide your munchies, right? Hide the peanuts and pretzels, because they're going to eat you out of house and home. But are you going to get a fight? Are you going to get violent? Probably not. Probably not. No, Canada does not let their drug. Well, here's the thing. Markets, it's a very fine line. I would say about 90% of the companies, trucking companies in Canada, are all U.S. They're U.S. carriers as well, right? So in order to cross the border, you have to take a piss test or a hair follicle test, and you have to pass a drug test to get into the U.S. So that being said, 90% of us, can't smoke it, because weed, unlike a lot of other drugs, the THC stays in your system for upwards of 30 days, if not more. Afro Angel, good to see you, man. But if you're on with a Canadian carrier, that you're only in Canada only, it would be the carrier's discretion whether they want to drug test you or not. Okay, it would be some of them do and some of them don't, because it's not mandatory in Canada, but it will be eventually. It will be eventually. It's just a matter of time. It really is. Lethbridge here. Thoughts on Alberta sovereignty? I wouldn't be disappointed if it happened. I would not be disappointed if it happened. It wouldn't upset me. Let me put it that way. Alberta is in a financial position, and they're in a population-wise. There's just over 4 million people in Alberta. So we have the population, we have all the natural resources, we have the medicine. We are a province that is financially able to separate and be independent and be sovereign if we absolutely have to. Do I want to see that happen to my country? No, but if it did, I wouldn't disagree, and it wouldn't hurt me, or I wouldn't be upset over it one single bit. How do you feel about that? You're in Lethbridge, you're in Alberta, right? So how do you feel about that? If they separated, would you stay? V-Star Rider has a question, everybody. Excuse me. Pardon me. You're a wonderful audience. Thank you very much. V-Star, how old are you? What is your best life advice? Actually, it doesn't matter how old you are. Best advice I would ever give anybody, a young person or even an older person or even somebody my age, take that chance. Regardless of what it is, take that chance. Don't be afraid to take chances. Don't be afraid to step out there. Don't follow the crowd. Don't follow the crowd. Take a chance. You don't want to be sitting there at the end of your life with life regrets. Oh, I regret I didn't do this. We've all got life regret. We've all got life regrets. Everybody's got them. You can't grow up and not have them. But I think the trick is, the name of the game is to have as few as you can when when the end of your life comes, So take that chance, whether it's in life or in business, in your personal life or in fun or whatever it is. It could be something as stupid as, I want to go naked bungee jumping. Well, you know what? Fucking go naked bungee jumping. If you're scared, take that chance. Push through that fear and go do it. Missed opportunity is the worst. J. Ray, 100%. 100%. I absolutely agree with you. You don't want to be laying around. You don't want to be laying around at the end of the day and be going, damn, I wish I'd done, I wish when I was in my 20s I'd done this. I wish when I did. And at the end of the day, in your general life, and this is even something that I'm learning every single day in my life, whether, it was 25 years ago, 30 years ago, or even now today, is just do better. Try and do better, right? You're not always going to be successful. God knows I'm not always successful at being the best man that I can possibly be. I still make mistakes. I still say the wrong things. I think the trick is to try to learn from your mistakes if you can. Don't make the same mistake twice. I pride myself in trying to do that. But, take that chance. Don't have any regrets. No pain, no gain. You got it. I'm a doer, not a don'ter. No deed goes unpunished. Prove karma a lie. There you go. Eric the Great, I think you said that yesterday. We were talking briefly about this yesterday, and you said the same thing. I think you said the same thing yesterday. I agree with it again today, man. What's your body count? Well, it all depends on what you're talking about, body count. Where I come from, there's two different types of body count. No, Eric, don't be sorry, man. You just keep on talking, man. That's good advice. Sherry Cooks, hola. Hola. Thanks for stopping in, Sherry. Appreciate your hola. It's just a cigarette, man. Fuck Quebec, English Canada. Somebody's got Curdy all riled up on Quebec. Sterling is back. Too bad he's got a wrench. Somebody should time him out. He didn't come back properly. Damn Sterling, snuck in the back door. My regrets are I never got with my missus years ago. Well, you know what? You can't think like that. You know what? Because just maybe the time wasn't right. The time wasn't right. I do believe in that. There's a right time for everything that happens in our lives. So if it didn't happen 20 years ago, there was something else in your life that took priority. The time wasn't right. The timing wasn't right. Sterling likes the back door. There you go. Hey, Stephanie, good to see you. Sorry, you were in earlier. And I was in the middle of saying something, but I saw your name go through. I apologize for not saying hi, sweetheart. Good to see you. Thank you for being here. You like the hat? I love this hat. This one here was sent to me by Tyke Truckin, Robert Tyke Truckin. He sent it to me over, this one's an authentic. This one came right from England, man. How many wives or girlfriends have you had? Oh, really? You don't need to know that. That's not a proud moment in my life. I drive truck for a living. South of Montreal is all English. No, it's not, Curtis. No, it's not. Tyke is the best representation of the fatherland. Oh, don't even go there. You say stuff like that, and he'll be in here in 10 seconds giving us a fucking whole history lesson on the English the UK kingdom and all of how Canada is still part of England and how we owe our lives to. Oh my God, don't get him started. I love him, but when he gets on a good tirade, there's no stopping him. Yorkshire, you twats. There you go. What do you think of Jägermeister? Good. You know what? I never tried it. I've never tried Jaeger. It was one of those liqueurs or liquors that came out, or maybe it was around when I was drinking, but I quit drinking in 93, so anything that came out past 1993, I've never tried, and you guys are so lucky. Because let me tell you, when I was drinking, man, it was, your options were like that. Now your options are ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous, Pike's living the best life with his grandchildren, and so he should be. So he should be, man. The man's put his time in. He's done his life. He's living his life. He's trucking again, but you know what? He deserves everything he's got right now. Let's go pick up some ladies of the night at the truck stop. Well, I hate to tell you this there, K-Master, but they don't hang out at the truck stops anymore. They just don't do it. The ladies of the night are not the ladies of the night anymore. They're the ladies of the day, morning, afternoon, night. Fuck. And they don't walk around truck stops anymore banging on doors, because why would they have to? Because the average truck driver, if they absolutely wanted to, could pull into the truck stop, go in and have a shower, and by the time he got back out, he can get on his phone, and she'll be standing there waiting at the truck for him when he gets there. You can order an escort to your truck, like ordering a pizza, right? It's 30 minutes or it's free, for crying out loud. They make it so comfortable now. They do. I'll be the first to admit that, I'll be the first to admit that the trucks today they are very comfortable. And now obviously with the automated transmissions, they're even more comfortable. Now they're not only making the truck comfy, they're making them easier to drive. There you go. Lot lizards are called rent-a-wreck. Yeah, dating apps killed the Lizzies. There you go. Stop drinking 10 years before you were born. Well, thank you. It's just, you know what though, K-Master? That's just life. That's just the day, the time and the age that we're in these days. It went from, you'd pull your truck into the truck stop, and by the time you got her backed in, turn the lights off and turn the truck off, and you finished your logbook, you'd be hearing this at your door, and you look down and there she was. Those days are gone. Right now it's you turn the truck off, you order your woman and go in and have your shower, and by the time you get back to your truck, there she is. It's the time and the day, it's the age. I don't know. It's the world around us. Things have changed. Bring her to a flying J. There's no time limit. Well, I think they know what you're doing when you're taking one in. Okay. They're not stupid. They can tell the difference between your escort and your girlfriend or your wife. They're not dumb. It's no secret what the American women do to the nice guy. Chew him up and spit him out. J. Ray, thanks, man. Love your channel. I appreciate you saying that. I appreciate you being here. Appreciate you making your comments and adding to the conversation, man. That's what we're doing. That's all we're doing. Donkey's gonna hop out for a bit. All right, man. You do that. We'll see you. Hopefully we'll see you tomorrow morning. You got to use DoorDash. It wouldn't surprise me if any day now, you've got Uber Eats and you got Uber groceries. It's gonna be Uber call girl. Where you go on the Uber app and you order your girl, and and then you can track her all the way to your truck, right? Like just like you do with your groceries. Like when I order groceries or I order whatever like that and have it delivered to the truck. Same thing, right? You can track your call girl. Say, she'll be here in 5 minutes. There you go. Anointed, no cigar today. No cigar. Uber STD. That's actually, you can order your own venereal disease while you're at it, Make sure you've got all your shots before. There should be a list. There should be a questionnaire on the Uber app. Have you had your penicillin? Have you had your rabies? Have you had your, all of that type of shit. And if you answer yes to everything, they'll send the girl out. Hey, what's going on, man? How the hell are you, man? Good to see you. Always a pleasure, man. Always a pleasure to see you. Yeah, Sterling's in fine form this morning. Yeah, you order a fish sandwich or Uber Eats and get a call girl. You know what, Craig Rat? The day is. I'm not going to say they don't do it now because they don't, but call girls do get delivered. But I'm telling you, the day is going to come. The day is going to come where I guarantee you, you're going to go on the Uber Eats app and there's or the Uber app of some sort, and Uber will deliver you a woman. Or you know what? If you swing that way, that's fine too. They'll deliver you a guy, right? Yeah, they're about the same thing, Bog. Exactly, AJ Ray. Sterling Trucking Delivers, STD. AI robot hooker. I think they've already got that, Greg. They've already got that. You can go through YouTube, or you can go through the when you're flipping through the shorts, or you can fall down the whatever, one of the other apps, and you can fall down that rabbit hole, and there's always ads for fucking something like that, right? AI, you can have a girl and she'll call you whatever you want, and you can program her to do this, and she'll talk dirty to you. She'll do, holy shit, man. Whatever happened to the good old days, right? You want to meet a girl, or even if you just want to hook up, you go out to the bar, you have a couple of drinks, you find a girl there, or you hang out in the well, it's kind of creepy, right? But you hang out in the grocery store, or in the produce aisle at the grocery store. Fuck, man. They're making it so easy now, eh? What's going on, Princess? Good to see you. Thanks for saying hi and hi and hi. That's it. I hope I'm alive to still see it. You know what? I don't know if I want to be alive to see something like that. Mind you, in my life, I've seen, I went from the day of black and white TV with no cable and only 4 channels to where we're sitting today. So there's probably not a whole lot that can come up, or that can happen, or that can be produced in life, or be put forth in life that I'm going to sit there and go, damn, not a whole lot to surprise me. That's going to really surprise me. They're usually Scorpios. Well, you know what? If you're crazy enough to ask them their sign, you deserve what you get. Good old days in England was number on a bathroom door in a phone booth, or in a phone booth. There you go. If euthanasia was illegal, I wouldn't be here. Hey, Frisk, how you doing, man? Hello, good to see you. We got not a whole lot going on today. got a nice little comfortable chat here today. Usually we're up in the 70s and 80s, and it's a lot busier. It's kind of nice. It's kind of nice once in a while when your chat stays a little smaller. I can pay a little more attention to the comments and get a little more talking done. Not that I don't get any talking done regularly, but you know, kind of nice. We got a nice little crew here tonight or today. OTJB Clips, 31 months as a member. Appreciate that, Curdy. We don't have a lot of members. I don't push the memberships at all. It's not something that I push or that we push. So you know what? If you are a member though, I do certainly appreciate that. Thank you very much. Mr. Joey, good to see you, man. Howdy, partner. Good to see you. Brian snagged a few pelts back in the day, back when women came knocking on his truck the second he shut the truck off. Never. K-Master, you know what? That's just one area that I've never dabbled in. It's just never been something I've done. Never been something I've done. I'm absolutely, I don't know if it's one of those things I'm proud to say, you know, it's something I've never done. I believe the amount of personalities can coincide with the number of men. That's the first scripture talk. The second scripture is just a science experiment. I don't have a clue what you're talking about when you come to scripture. I really don't. I'm totally ignorant in that way. Anything biblical or scripture or anything like that, I couldn't tell you what's written in there. You could sit here and tell me that you know the sky is green. The scripture says the sky is actually green. Fuck, what do I know? I'm going to be on my best behavior today, Brian. The Tasmanian haggis is in the room. The Tasmanian haggis has entered the building. Crag Rat, you better be behaving yourself then. That short little, oh yeah, hold on, Chicken Hawks here. That short little devil of yours there, let me tell you, she will keep you fucking tuned in. What's going on there, Chicken Hawk? I guess we left the door open and Chicken Hawk snuck in. Stephanie is here. She is here. There you go, baby. There you go. Stephanie, it's like we were talking about the other day, Stephanie. All you got to do is talk about him or think about him, and the chicken hawk will appear. And there it is. Oh, look at that with a big yes. Oh, I smell love in the air here. I really do. I really do here. Robert, good to see you, man. Hi. How's things, man? Greetings from Norway. I'm going to pronounce your name, but if I say it wrong, I apologize. Is it Sigvaldi? Sigvaldi. If I pronounce that wrong, man, I do apologize. Greetings from Norway. Hey, man, thanks for being here from Norway. You're a long way away from me right now. You're a long way. You are nine provinces, one ocean, and about 10 countries away from where I am right now. So, Sigvaldi, thanks for coming in from Norway, man. Thanks for tuning in. I got the name right. Hey, you know what? Even a clock is right twice a day. A busted clock is right twice a day. So I got one. There you go. Deshwan Bell, how you doing, man? What's up? Good to see you. Greetings from hell. Well, if you're in hell, you got no one to blame. You put yourself there. I'm Indian. I fight a boy. We had a push-pull with hands. What should I do now? Whatever. Don't do this, Grandpa. Uh-oh, don't do it. I'm from Illinois, America. Jam Squad, I'm going to ask you a question. This is a serious question that only a good old boy from Illinois can answer, okay? So here's your question. I asked this question a week ago with somebody else from Illinois, okay? And I've had this argument with a couple of friends of mine, particularly one in particular. His name is Ronan. He runs and owns and operates the ET channel. And my question is this. I wish Ronan was actually tuning in, but he's not. But my question is this. Illinois, is the S silent or not? Is it Illinois, like I say it? Or is it Illinois? I think James Best is from Illinois as well, and he pronounces it with the S. Illinois is hell. Nah, J-Ray, Illinois ain't bad. It's not a bad state to go through. Have I ever been to Harlem? I have. I've run LTL freight through New York City. I used to do Queens, Harlem, Bronx, East Side, Manhattan, and out to the island. So yeah, I've been to Harlem. I've been to the Bronx. I can't say that I spent a lot of time there. I was working, doing deliveries. Yeah, I've been there. Jam Squad from Illinois says the S is silent. There we go. That's 2 in a row, because that's what the other guy said from Illinois. Is it a good place to visit? Illinois is in the heart of the country. It's in the middle of pretty much the north. It's up at the north end of the country, but it's in the middle of the United States. And it's the northern Illinois and western Illinois is farmland, a lot of farmland. But they got Chicago and they got some other major cities. So they're an industrial. They're a big. Is it a good place to visit? Depends on what you want to go. Well, depends on what you want, what you're doing, what you're interested in looking at, right? Ginger is the Tasmanian haggis, so give her a shout out. There you go. Ginger. Love you, Ginger. Love you, baby. I thought the S is silent in Illinois. I've always said it, though. I have a farm in Illinois. There you go. Right? Like I said, there's farmland, and it's one of those states that's mixed. Oh, get over yourself, Curtis. It's not a communist fucking state. I think it's a blue state. It is not. I don't think it's a red state. It is a blue state, but I don't think they're a communist state at all. I don't mind going through Illinois or Indiana. Indiana is all farmland, right? There's not all, Gary, Indiana is the armpit of America. That's the only problem that Indiana has. But other than that, Illinois, Indiana, they're good places. People are people, doesn't matter what end of the country you're at. In New York City, I never had the time to do that. Now, Chicken Hawk, you're not talking about the last 5-10 years. You're talking years ago, but, where am I from? Jam Squad, I'm in Canada, man. I'm a Canadian. I'm out in Alberta. I live in Strathmore, Alberta, and I'm out in farm country right now. I'm out in farmland right now. Here, this is what I'm looking at. This is where I'm from. Sorry about the bugs on the windshield, but like that's the Canadian prairies right there. That is the Canadian prairies right there. It's long and flat, much like Chicken Hawk's dick. God bless America. Well, hey, God bless us all. Instead of saying God bless America, you should be saying God help America. God save America and Canada. Do I hunt? No, I don't hunt. Funny enough, as a Canadian, you would think that I would hunt and fish and play hockey. I don't play hockey. I watch hockey on TV, but I don't play hockey. All of the things that the Canadians are known for, no, I don't do any of it. Don't do any of it. I do like our maple syrup. I like our poutine. I enjoy a lot of the Canadian beauty of our country. Second largest country in the world, square mile wise, and there's nobody here. There's 45 million people here. Love it. Absolutely love it. I used to run New York City every week for 25 years, but that was 10 years ago. Things have changed now. Things have changed. Actually, the last time I was doing that kind of, it was about 10 years ago as well. The only reason now to go to New York City is this, right? Because there's no freight coming out. There's nothing coming out. You're going into New Jersey, or you're going, you're going in somewhere else, to Pennsylvania or something like that, to get freight to come out. But to go into New York now, like if they want me to go into New York City now, they have to pay a premium. I'll never forget the time I beat Mike Hawk, at a wrestling tournament. And I'd like to thank Mike Hawk. You're hilarious, love bug. You beat Mike Hawk? There you go. I'm sure he didn't have a chance, right? That's hilarious. You got me. New York City is if you're going to go to New York City and you're going to be a tourist, fantastic. You'll never run out of shit to see or do in New York City as a tourist. Would I want to live there? I can't say I'd want to live there. Money was the only reason you went to New York City. Yeah, it wasn't to go party, believe me. I guarantee you, you weren't going just for the party and the atmosphere. It's a shithole. It's not really a shithole. There's a lot to do. Like, they've got theater, they got concerts, they got a lot of shit to do in New York City. It's still a mecca hub of the world, right? New York City is still a mecca of the world. But once you get out of the downtown, like say downtown New York City, and you get out into the boroughs, that one guy, 2025. Good morning, good to see you, man. Connell, thanks for the sub. I'll appreciate that. I'll take it. You guys broke the bank yesterday with the subs. We crested the 12,000 sub mark yesterday. We started with 11,981 and we ended with 12,000. We started this morning with 12,032. So not only did we break the 12,000 sub mark, but we blew past it. And I say we as in like all of you guys, because you guys are responsible for it. King Julio, hope you're having a great day, man. I'm having a really good day today. I got nothing to complain about. Right? I have absolutely nothing in the world to complain about today. And if I did, nobody's gonna fucking listen to it anyway, right? It would just come off as bitching and moaning anyway. I'm gonna take this hoodie off, man. It is freaking hot in here. It is getting to, I'm gonna roll down some windows and we're gonna take the hoodie off. Be right back. Oh. Whew. Pardon the nudity. Like you all needed to see that. There we go. Getting a little toasty. There we go. My apologies, ladies and or gentlemen. Craig Rat, yeah, if you guys are coming to Canada, man, you're coming to see me. Coming to see me. In New York City, the steam comes out of the roads. Well, they do. Steam comes out of the sewer grates. That's only because, I would say probably about 50% of the transportation is done underground in New York. And I don't know I think the population of New York City is about 8 or 9 million people, something like that. And when you've got that many people flushing that many toilets and that much sewage and that much, septic, there's no septic tank. Everything's running underground for that. Yeah, Craig, right? You're coming to Canada. You're coming to see me, boy. You're coming to see me. What do we got here? My own damn shirt's screwing me up here. First time seeing him without glasses and his hat. There you go. There you go, Nell. Hey? First time for everything. Right now, there's a nice breeze. I got a nice breeze blowing through, but even with the breeze, it was too hot with a hoodie. Any day now. Well, actually, not even any day now. They started last week. They're going to be fertilizing the fields. And it is going to smell wonderful, if you know what I mean. Because anything north of where I live, all the way up to, say, Red Deer, and then anything farther east out to Saskatchewan, it's all farmland, right? This is all cattle and farmland and oil pumps. Alberta's got more oil pumps than you can count, right? So oil pumps and farmland and cattle. And that's what we deal with. That's what we got out here. So when they start fertilizing the fields, any of you guys in Indiana or Illinois, you guys know what I'm talking about. You get that spring smell, right? When they fertilize those fields. Let me tell you. With that, oh, the shirt, there you go, eh? Yeah, the shirt was a gift. I didn't even buy this one. Didn't even buy this one. They don't have underground trash backup. No, they don't. A lot of places, they just throw it in the street, not running under the street. What time is it here? It is 9:01 a.m. where we're sitting right now, man. 9:01 in the morning, a.m. And we got a gorgeous day. We got an absolutely gorgeous day. I think it's probably about 12 or 13. We're going to go up to 29 today, Celsius. So whatever you guys calculate that as in Fahrenheit, I don't know. But as a Canadian, we do it in Celsius. So 29 is fucking hot. Okay, you're going to be sweating your sack off at 29 degrees. When I was deployed, they used human waste as fertilizer. It was worse than animal fertilizer. I wouldn't even want to smell that. Wouldn't even want to even smell that. For you, it's 8:01. Where are you? If you're a Canadian and you're an hour ahead of me, then you're probably anywhere between Saskatchewan and Manitoba. Once you cross into Ontario, you'd be 2 hours ahead of me. But if you're in the U.S., then I think Illinois, Indiana, that whole area, parts of Iowa, you'd be down there. All Watts, did I say that right? All Watts, her name. All Watts, her name. Nice handle, man. Good name. Let's turn that one up. This is where I park every morning, and usually there's nobody here, but I pulled in this morning, and there's a guy and his family, and they've got a trailer on the back of their pickup, and right now they just kicked in a small generator. So if you can hear that, I apologize. I can't exactly go over and like flip it off, right? Turn it off on the poor bastard. He's probably in there, he's got his coffee maker plugged in. In Tunisia, like in GB, we have the best spring smell and perfect farming land. Well, not here. The smell is not the greatest here, let me tell you that, man. 4:02 in England, 16:02 or 4:02 p.m. in England. What are you making her for dinner today, buddy? Or is she making dinner? I think you did dinner last night, didn't you? You did dinner last night. Was she making dinner for you tonight? Are you going to sit there all day, or are you waiting to start a shift or something? No, man, you know what? Like I said, my truck is getting flipped over to be leased onto a new company. And so I've got some time off, and I got nothing to do today, really. So until the truck is ready to go and I'm ready to go back to work, we just run these lives every morning. Say hi, talk to some people, hang out, got nothing else to do. Smells like poop in your bathroom. That sounds like a personal problem. Oh, Ginger, you're doing your own tea. That sucks. 4:04 in Tunisia. I keep fucking that up. No, I'm so sorry, man. I keep fucking that up. Tunisia. Sorry, man. You have pre-made lunch for you guys tomorrow. Well, fuck him. Bring me a pre-made lunch. Any casinos nearby? Yeah. Oh yeah. There's quite a few. Nothing where I live right now. But if I drive about 55 minutes into Calgary, there's a couple there. You can go about an hour or so north, or a little more than an hour north, up into Red Deer. There's a couple up there. Alberta has casinos. There's a lot of casinos around here. I'm procrastinating getting ready for work. Dude, I did that this morning. I couldn't get out of bed. I procrastinated getting out of bed this morning. It did not work out well for me. I was late. So was my girl. My girl was late for work. That one was on me. You're ahead of Ginger Grace by a minute. There you go. Hold on. Tunisia. Did I get it? Tunisia. It's pronounced Tunisia. Damn it. Hopefully I got that. If I didn't, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna give up. Just use Uber Eats for pre-made lunch. Uber Eats is expensive. It really is. I appreciate the company and I have used it in the past, but you can't make a habit out of that. You know, unless you're a single truck driver, you got no family, you got no obligations at home or whatever, and you know what, your money is yours and whatever like that. Then yeah, okay, you can probably, you know, use Uber Eats the way, you know, at a whim, but most people just can't. You're all just mortals. Really? We're all just mortals today? They are expensive, John, they are. And I don't begrudge anybody that uses it. Like I said, I've used it myself, but I've never ever I've not made a habit of it. And you know what? They've made it so easy that it's so easy to make a habit of it. I don't feel like cooking today. You know, 20 minutes later, it's at your door. From where I live, if I do like Uber Eats or DoorDash or anything like that, it's 20 minutes. It's 20 minutes. You got to get ready for work. Well, you know what? It's a fact of life. Everybody's got to go to work at some point. Is marijuana legal in Canada? Oh, hell yes. Oh, hell yes. Here, fuck. See those buildings over there? I don't know if you can see them, but I'm trying to point it at you. Never mind, hold on. Those buildings over there, that's the very last building on the far left there, that's a pot shop. Like, dude, I could get out of the car right now and go buy weed and be back before the fucking 10 comments went by. Show us the doggy? Is that a dispensary? Well, we just call them weed stores. Is it a dispensary? Yeah, pretty much. Ginger pretty much only likes you for your cooking. Well, you better keep cooking. You better keep cooking then, dude. Keep her around. I used it once and they jacked up my order and I deleted the app. You know what? I've used it a couple of times. Not a lot, but a couple of times, and I've been fairly, I would say I'm satisfied for what I get for service, right? Is your meal going to show up piping hot and it's going to be the best meal? Probably not. But you get what you pay for, right? USA needs to decriminalize. Well, John, they've not only decriminalized it here, it's legal here. Like I said, you can stand on the roof of this car and throw a rock in any direction and hit a weed store. I lived in Weed, California, and grew for dispensaries in California. Good gig if you can get it and hold it. Where'd you get your hat? This hat came from a friend of mine over in England. He's got a channel. It's called Tyke Truckin'. His name is Robert. He's one of my longtime subscribers. He's been with this channel since I started it, and he very graciously sent me this. It's an authentic flat cap from England. I don't get on Johnny Holt. I don't get on YouTube very much. Just want to see what people in the world were doing today. I'm retired and very successful. Good luck to you. You know what, Johnny? I'll take that. You're retired. Good for you. That means you won, or you've won most of the race. You're 3/4 of the way there. Congratulations on being retired. One time I almost got killed by a crackhead. I think at any time you can get killed by a crack. Again, stand around. Sorry, Stephanie said she was smoking. What did she say? She was smoking a pork roast or something today. Sorry, Stephanie. Again, your comments are going up pretty quick here. So, Stephanie, you smoke barbecue too. I have a Traeger smoker. Do brisket, pork butt, ribs, and salmon. I'll take everything but the salmon. Something funky's going on in the chat. Yeah, but when you're retired and you have a lot of property, you never stop, so it never... You know what? Good point. But on the other hand, if it's your property and it's something you enjoy doing, it's not really work, right? It's not really work. At least that's the way I would like to think when it's time for me to retire and quit trucking. Yes, I do. I have a Johnson smoker. It's from Texas. I love all of that. Smells good, tastes good. Chicken Hawk, are you gonna make this official anytime soon? Like, are you gonna make this official? Like, do the big reveal. Do it right here on the channel between you and Stephanie. Although I do have to ask, and I'm gonna throw a monkey wrench in the program here, chick. What's Special K doing right now? What's Special K up to right now? He'll show you tomorrow? All right, well, that's good. I do a smoked salmon with balsamic vinegar. Oh, fuck off. It's okay, Brian. Your chat moves fast. Yeah, you know what? Sometimes it does and sometimes it don't. And when it picks up, it really takes off. I was a skydive coach for years. I made okay money. I never felt like it was work. Well, that's, you know, the old saying, if you do something you love, you'll never work a day in your life. In some aspects of my life, that's been true. In some aspects of my life, that hasn't been true. But I do believe that. I do. Ma'am, I saw your Facebook post about the couch auction. I'm here to buy the couch. I haven't sold any couches. I ain't got nothing going. Although I got a couple of couches I'm going to be putting up for sale if you want them. Come take a look. Can I sell the couch? Ma'am. Yeah, I look like a woman. It sounds fancy and delicious. Let me tell you something, Stephanie. I know Chicken Hawk personally. He doesn't do anything half-assed. If he's going to do it, he's going to do it balls to the wall. You're here for the couch. Well, sit down, relax. I ever tried Cayman cider? No. YT user? I have not. Cigarette is bad for your body. You know, nobody told me that before. The one and only drummer? I've never been told that. Sigvaldi, good to see you again. Be up front and you won't hurt my feelings. Do you like my name? Hey, man, you've got a good little handle on you. Is that your first name, your last name, or is it a name you made up? I don't know what Sigvaldi means, but it's easy to say and it rolls nice. So it's a pretty cool little name you got there, brother. I'll be there, Crag Rat. I will do my very best to make something like that happen, if it happens. You know, man with a beard, exactly, eh, John? Yeah. How many? Don't get me wrong. I've seen a woman that's got a 5 o'clock shadow, and that's not always their fault. But I'm not looking too feminine right now. It means victory ruler or powerful victory. Oh, that's a hell of a handle you got there. I miss the Davidoff cigarettes. I've never smoked one. I've smoked Davidoff cigars. They're a little pricey for what you're getting. I don't think the quality's there anymore on the cigars. But I've never smoked the cigarette. Can you drive over to the weed stores and see what it's like in there? Nah. But Brian, I'm not babysitting Tyke. Are you out of your fucking mind? You're going to need 3 people to take care of that, man. Me alone is not. I can't take care of that. It's not a woman if she's got 5 o'clock shadow. Well, funny you mentioned that. A Chinese lady with a thicker mustache than I can grow served me my food. It happens, man. It happens. I've seen them, but, sometimes it's not their fault. I don't know. Maybe they took a wrong pill that morning. I don't fucking know. Hormones. You know what, John? I used to have that as well. In my early 20s, I had like my hair was like a long blonde, and I had it like down to my waist at one point, and it was all one length. So you'd be walking down the street, and somebody'd be behind you, and somebody would say something to you, and they'd turn around, and you've got a goatee, and you're a man, and they're like, "Oh, sorry," They go, "Hey, ma'am." It's happened. When they got more faces than Big Ben. There you go. Oh, look at that. Mike. Ox. Long. Nice. K-Master, it's pretty much all I really know how to do. It's pretty much all I've done most of my life. It's all I know. It really is. It's one of those things that it's been a career. It's been trucking is not a career. Let me rephrase that. If you're a local driver and you've made a career out of that, then it's a career. But if you're an OTR driver and you're off on the road and you're gone for weeks at a time and whatnot like that, it's not a career. It's more of a lifestyle. It really is, because you have to adapt to the life of being on the road, and you have to live a lifestyle to be able to do it. And it's not for everybody. There's more people that come into the trucking industry and they try it and go, this isn't for me, and they get out after 6 months, than there are that stay, right? The success rate, the turnover rate in the trucking industry is absolutely ridiculous. Where is Tolga? Tolga is busy. Tolga has himself a woman now, and his business is doing well, and he's a very busy man. More chins than a Hong Kong phone book. Exactly. Luckily for me, still got just the one. Just the one. How do you keep yourself busy on those long trips? I get bored as fuck. You know what, man? Again, it's the lifestyle. You have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with the solitude. You have to be okay with your own company. Because you can only listen to so much music, or you can only listen to so many podcasts, or you can only talk to so many people. At some point or another, you're going to be on your own. So yeah, it is a lifestyle. You have to be okay with your own company, and you have to be okay with it. You have to be alone with the solitude. And because if you don't, like, loneliness, it will kill you out here. It really will. Loneliness will kill. It's killed many a truck driver, more than divorce or alcoholism or drug addiction. Loneliness is a killer out here. Falling asleep. There's always been times where you start to get a little drowsy, and it's up to you as a professional to know when that time is and when time to shut it down. With e-logs, those boundaries get pushed because you're racing a clock now as to when we were on paper. I've never been robbed at knife point, or I've never had anybody at knife point, but I have had, let's call them disagreements. At a truck stop, I've had things happen at truck stops where, somebody wanted something of mine and I wasn't willing to give it to them, and they, let's just put it that way, I wasn't willing to give it to them. So, but that's few and far between. That doesn't happen very often, or at least it hasn't happened with me very often. Some areas of the country you lose service, so no music for hours. Well, no, that's what we got. We got Sirius satellite now, right? Pretty much, you can go pretty much anywhere in North America, Canada, U.S., Mexico. Fucking, when I was up on the ice road, we had no cell service, right? No phone service, no radios, right? Obviously, we had nothing. But we had Sirius satellite radio, so that still worked. So we were lucky there. Yeah, let me tell you, you want boredom? Holy fuck. There's nothing worse than crossing a lake at 8 or 9 miles an hour, and it's a 10-mile long lake. Man, you better have something to listen to, because if you sit there and listen to the cracking of the ice underneath your wheels, that'll drive you absolutely nuts. It'll drive you absolutely nuts. Oh, old man with a wilted mouth. There we go. Thank you. Serious, yeah, it's worth the money. It's worth, let me tell you, it's worth every penny. I think I don't know what it is. It just comes off my credit card every month, but I think it's like $16 now. When Sirius Satellite first came out, I was on board when it first came out. And I think back then it was like $6, right? $6, and you got everything. Everything that they offered, they got it for $6. Now I think it's $16, and that's for, like, I don't even know if that's the premium package. I don't have the premium package. I've got the one underneath that, right? The premium package gives you like Howard Stern and gives you like a bunch of shit that you're never gonna listen to. So I don't necessarily need that. I want it for the music, and for some of the podcasts and some of the other things that you listen to. But it is a lifesaver. It's worth the $16 you spend every month. I don't know where someone thought. Well, sometimes it's just a matter of life and death, right? Like, why? First of all, why people would live in those remote areas where you cannot get to. Like in the spring, summer, and fall, there's some areas in Canada that you can't get to, right? The only way to get there is to fly in, right? You have to fly. And then if you can't fly, if it's too expensive to fly, so then you got to wait till the winter time. And then they actually they build the road, and the lakes freeze up there, and then you drive it, right? It's the only way to get. It's the only way. Again, why you'd want to live out there? That's not my cup of tea, really. I really don't want to do that. I wouldn't do that. But for the people that do, they need heating oil, they need food, they need supplies, they need medical, they need all of that stuff. The only way to get it out there is to drive it out there. Good to see you, Uncle Tom. Where don't you drive? What? You don't drive trucks anymore? Oh yeah, of course I do. I do. You wouldn't know it over the last 3 or 4 weeks because I've been sitting out here doing this. But my truck's going on with a new company. I'm just waiting for the I's to get dotted and the T's to get crossed, and the trucks get done. And then I will be back to work, and I will be back to trucking. I'm going to be up running up in the Northwest. So I'll be running up Northwest U.S. and the western states of Canada, or western provinces of Canada. I'll be running Saskatchewan, Alberta, and BC. And then I'll be running Montana, Wyoming, Oregon, Northern Cali, that kind of stuff out there. So that's what we're looking at. Spider One, we're doing all right today, man. We're actually doing really well today. Owen Font, shout out, please. There you go. There's your free one today. I don't think Sirius Air is worth the money. I just stream Pandora. You know what? I do. And maybe it's just that I'm just hooked on it. You know, I use my Sirius satellite like it's going out of style. What does the shirt say? There you go. K-Master, of any of my friends, I've not had any friends like fall through the ice. I've had friends that have been in wrecks, like trucking accidents, and been in wrecks, like, out on the highways. I've had friends that have, and they've recovered and they were okay. But, a couple of them, it ended their trucking career. When you're involved in a high collision wreck in a truck and somebody loses their life, that'll take a toll on you. That'll fuck with the mental faculties. You need to have your shit wired tight to be able to do that kind of thing. Honestly. Have I had anybody fall asleep? I've not had a friend of mine fall asleep, but I've known people that I work with that aren't necessarily friends that have fallen asleep behind the wheel and run the truck into the rhubarb. I've seen that. What's going on, Tyrannus? Damn good to see you, man. Always a pleasure. Saskatchewan, I was told Brian has a tattoo that says Swan, and when it gets hard, it says Saskatchewan. No tattoo for that. That's just what I'm told. Well, who told you that, Stephanie? My trucking career is done, but you know why? That's a shame. You know what? Not all of us can keep going. At some point or another, you know what, Crag Rat? At some point or another, I'm going to have to wind this down. I can't do this forever, right? Right now, I'm still in good health. I've still got my faculties. I've still got the ability to do it and do it still at a high rate. I can still compete and I can still run. So as long as I can do that, there's no reason why I shouldn't. But at some point in my life, the time's going to come where I'm going to have to go, you know what? Enough is enough. Enough is enough. I can't do this anymore. I'm not looking forward to that day. Or maybe I am looking forward to that day. I don't know. Retirement for me from trucking is not in the next couple of days or in the next year or so. It's still a little whiles away. A little ways away. The German Noodle. Nice name. Love the name, German Noodle. I am a German noodle, not just a normal noodle. I deserve a shout out, in my opinion, for this crazy knowledge. Well, German Noodle, you just got your shout out. I love that shirt. Hey, thanks, man. It was a gift. The German Noodle piece wants a shout out. Well, the German Noodle just got his free shout out. There you go. Bog-eyed Crowd Rat trucking has to end sooner or later. Exactly, eh? You can't do it forever. It's not one of those careers. You know, when you're sitting behind a desk and that's what you do for a living, you know, your longevity in a career is probably a lot longer than a truck driving career. You know, with the exception of a couple of friends of mine, and one of them is my mentor, Johnny, not guard dog, but he's a mentor of mine too, but another friend of mine, he's still driving, but he's driving because he wants to, not because he has to. He's pretty much retired, but he still trucks. But the longevity of a trucker these days is not there. Like, guys are not driving truck up into their, late 50s, 60s, 70s. At least not the ones that want to. Some of them are doing it because they've had to. Bad decisions in life or hard knocks in life. Shit has happened, whatever like that. But, and they're still trucking because they have to, but not because they want to. But guys my age at 55, between 55 and 60, they're bailing out of the trucking industry. They're just not doing it anymore. I talked to a former train conductor whose last day was one of that an SUV stopped on the tracks in front of him. He saw the children's faces in the back seat before he hit them. That's life-changing, man. Tyrannus, that's absolutely fucking life-changing. If that doesn't affect you, maybe not mess you up, but if that doesn't affect you at some level, at some rate, there's something wrong with you. I'm very fortunate, knock on wood, I am. In my career, I've not had a wreck. I've not had an accident. There's been a couple of fender benders where somebody's run into me or tapped me or, something like that. Or early in my career where you're backing in and it's tight and you ding something. But I've not had, and again, knock on wood, seriously, I've not had a serious accident. But man, I've had friends where it's been career ending. When a life is taken or lives have been taken due to an accident, it's catastrophic, man. It will mess with you. Big old Buck Brown, yeah, not bad, eh, Buck? Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And it's thanks to guys like you and Chicken Hawk and K-Master and guys that are in the chat that have thrown their subs in here. Appreciate that very, very much. This is as much you guys doing as me. I didn't do nothing. I just sit here and do this. You guys do all the heavy lifting, man. It kills you physically too. Well, it does. It does. Truck drivers are high rate heart attack, stroke, blood clots, anything heart issued, anything like that. We are at a high rate for that. Cholesterol. You show me a truck driver that doesn't have a cholesterol issue of some sort or another, fuck. Gino, love from Cincinnati. Love back to you, dude. I'm out in Alberta, Canada, so love back to you. Thanks. In the UK, train drivers don't last long due to people jumping in front of them a lot of the time. I can't say that we've got a lot of that goes on here, but the trucking industry and the train industry, are highly related in North America, right? Freight's moving, whether it's on rails or whether it's on in a truck, freight's moving. I can't say what the rate is or what the ratio is for people throwing themselves in front of trains. It can't be that high, but obviously it doesn't make a lot of news reels. Give me a second here. Trucking with T-Bone, no idea what you're talking about. Trucking with T-Bone, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you've been listening for the last more than 5 minutes, you know exactly in your life what I've been talking about. No bullshit, don't bullshit the bullshitter, man. Trucking does kill you physically. Look at Wheelburner. He's only 42 years old. 42, I'm only 39, Chicken Hawk. You're aging me here. You know what? It does. It does. The trucking industry chews men and women up. It's not just a man's game out here anymore, but it does. It chews you up and spits you out. And there's no mercy. It doesn't care where you come from, who you are, what color, creed, nationality. It don't fucking care. It will use you and chew you and spit you out. The fact that I've been doing this as long as I've been doing it, or Guard Dog's been doing it, or Chicken Hawk's been doing it, or T-Bone's been doing it, the fact that we've been doing it as long as we have is a miracle. It's an absolute miracle. I am very, very fortunate to be at my age and still be able to be in this game at the level that I can still compete at and still play at. And don't get me wrong, I'm not at the top of my game anymore. At 55 and with the amount of years and miles I've got into me, I'm not the best of the best anymore, but I'm still out here able to do it. It's hard to have a balanced diet while driving. Oh, let me tell you. Trucking, it's almost impossible to have a balanced diet, unless you're Shannon Thomas, of course. And then somehow or another, that woman has figured it out. But having a well-balanced diet and exercise and everything like that, it is so hard to do. So hard to do in a truck. It really, really is, as a truck, especially as an OTR driver where you're gone for weeks at a time. And all you do is drive, right? When all you do is drive and you just sit there and munch, right? Or drink coffee and smoke cigarettes or cigars. That's all that's all you're doing. Try staying healthy. I saw one female trucker. She said she was bad as hell. I'm sure she looks night and day now. Huh. I can tell you this honestly. At the first available moment in my life when I can get out of this, I will be. And I tell you that with all honesty and all earnestness, that at the earliest moment when the opportunity presents itself to me, when I can get out of the trucking industry and get out of the trucking game, maybe not the industry, but if I can get out of the truck per se and get out of that part of the industry or that part of the business, I will. Hold on. I plan to. I really do. I have no desire really to be driving a truck any longer than I absolutely have to. You hear guys talking that they've got 30 years in and they still got that fire and they still got that desire and they still got that love. I love trucking. I do. I love driving my truck. I love traveling. I love that ass. But I am just tired. I don't have the fire anymore. I don't wake up in the morning in my truck every morning, and I don't wake up anymore and want to start my truck up and go, damn, let's go. Let's get this day going. I don't have that anymore. Now it's a job. Before it was a love and a desire to do that. Shannon has a tapeworm. That's her secret to keeping the weight off. You know what? If you know Shannon the way I know her, I wouldn't surprise me in the least if she took a tapeworm on purpose. That's a tough woman over there, man. I feel bad. Tyrannus, I feel bad for the fucking tapeworm. I don't feel bad for her. I watched the driver at the fuel island pick his nose about 30 times, and he wiped it on everything. He sat there. He dug it out of his nose, wiping it all over himself. Hey, you know what? There's no excuse for bad manners, man. So how many more years do I think I have? You know what? It could be as much as a year. It could be as much as 3 months, or it could be as much as a couple of years. You know, when the opportunity presents itself at the right time, I will take it, and I will get out. But I don't have a time limit on it. Am I going to be doing this for another 5 or 10 years? Fuck no. Not only no, but fuck no. Sham, good to see you. Hi. I will not be doing that. You can mark my words, okay? You come back, mark the time and day right now, and you come back in 5 years, and I can promise you I will not be driving a truck. UK treats the immigrants better than us. Well, and that's not just the UK, babe. That's not just the UK. That shirt is offensive to people who can't sit. You know what, JJ? You can't please everybody, right? I'm not out here trying to please everybody. You can only please who you can please. Where am I from? Dude, I'm in Canada. I'm in Alberta, Canada. Just make your wife work and you can be a stay-at-home husband? I don't think I could do well with that either. It's not the fact that my wife is working and I'm not, right? If my girlfriend had a job that paid $500,000 a year, and she said, "Why don't you stay home and just take care of the house and the dog and blah 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 blah," I would probably consider that, but I don't think I could do it. I got to be doing something. I always got to be doing something. There's always something I got to be. My mind doesn't stop, even though the body slows down. My brain doesn't stop. I don't think I'd make a good stay-at-home husband. It was the same in the USA, but that changed in the last 100 days, thankfully. 757 is I'm back. Good to see you. Thank you very much. When God blessed me with a tripod, I can please the masses. Okay there, tripod. I used to have that problem. Then I had to go to the doctor, and I had 4 inches taken off my dick. Now I've got 9 inches, just like everybody else. So, we got bike rides and adventures to go on. Well, Buck, that would be nice about the stay-at-home husband. Really, it would. 3 years and 8 months. Well, Chicken Hawk, you know what? I'm very happy for you. I'm very, very happy for you, man, that you've got that down to a time and day, man. I really am. You've got your time. You've been doing this a few years longer than I have. And you know what? You've done your time. You don't owe anybody anything. You don't owe this industry a goddamn thing. You know what? When you get out, you and Special K and Stephanie can ride off into the sunset on your merry way down in Florida in your plane, and you enjoy yourselves, man. Oh, no, you don't want to move to Florida. No, you don't want to move to Florida. Ginger Grace, I'll get you one. There you go. Do I know India? Not personally. I've never been to India. I have friends of mine that are from India. And they're good friends of mine. But have I ever been there? No. No. Bro, do you have teeth? Teeth. At the current moment, no. There's no teeth. Give me 2 weeks. Come back in 2 weeks. We'll have teeth. There's plenty of young and stupid up-and-comers who can start putting in the miles now. And that's the problem, right? It's the stupid. It's the lack of common sense. Won't do Canada. They don't like my pew-pew. You know what? Hey, fucking trucking, I don't fucking blame you one single bit. I don't blame you one single bit. As a Canadian truck driver, obviously I'm not allowed to drive around with a weapon in my truck. With a firearm in my truck. If I was allowed to, I would. in a fucking heartbeat. I absolutely would, but I agree with, all the U.S. drivers that don't want to come to Canada because you can't bring your firearms or bring your weapons with you. I don't blame you a single bit, brother. Don't listen to Brian Bog-Eyed Crag Rat. Move to Florida. Don't move to Florida. It's hot, sticky, and the women are all old and wrinkled from being in the sun so much. Cupcake, you can, there are truck drivers. I've got friends of mine that are U.S. drivers, really good friends of mine, and they're armed. They're armed. They've got the permits, and they've got the carry and conceal, and they drive truck just like I do, and they've got weapons in their truck. They got firearms in their truck. You can do it depending on where you run and what you do and who you are, your criminal record, whatnot like that. I got a 12 gauge behind me. You know what? Don't kid yourself. Do I have any firearms in my truck? No. I'm not allowed to have a firearm. But would I be crazy enough to be out here doing this and being on the road and running the US and Canada and being all over the place like that and not have forms of protection? Knows how I'm choosing my words carefully. And not have forms of protection in my truck to protect myself with? Of course. Sonny Sharma. Got your name. Donkey's back. Attaboy, good to see you, Donkey. Thanks for coming back. Well, you said something absolutely wrong there, Crag Rat. You used the word run. Dude, I don't run. You never see... If you see me running... If you ever see me physically running, don't ask any questions. Run in the same direction that I'm going because something really bad is coming behind me. That's the only time you will ever see me run. Rather be judged by 12 than carried by 6. Agreed. Agreed, man. It does suck being a Canadian. It does. It does suck. And that, and I don't mean suck being Canadian. It does, obviously it doesn't suck. But in this industry and with the border and the way the laws are, which are bullshit in that matter, as far as I'm concerned, I think especially in our industry, fucking trucking, that we are at a high rate for robbery. Our lives are on the line a lot of the time. Every time you start that truck and you start moving, every time you're pulling into a seedy truck stop at night or a rest area or something like that, it's a shame. I agree with you 100%. 100%. Can you come back to Australia, please? I can't come back to Australia. I've never been to Australia. It's on my bucket list of places to go. It really is. Oh. Is it just me, or is it always that last mouthful of coffee that is always the best? It really is. What would you do if I donate $500, 500 or whatever dollars? I would take your $500 and I would then donate it to the Forgotten Angels charity. That's what I would do with your $500. And criminals know you're not armed, so they target you. Well, they do. And they don't. As soon as they see a Canadian license plate, they pretty much know that there's not going to be a firearm in there. But there's been people that have tried, and not necessarily on me, but there's been people that have tried to roll up on a Canadian driver, and it didn't work out for them. It didn't work out for them as well, even if they were being robbed by somebody with a gun. It's beauty here, mostly desert. I got no problem with that. It's beautiful here, mostly prairies. It is flat here. It is flat here. I could take the phone and sit on the roof of this car and let my dog out and watch him run away. We could watch him for 2 days. There we go. Feeling better now. 3 brothers, 1, 2, 3. Good to see you. Thanks for popping. Brian, I don't need protection. I've got a Tasmanian haggis deprived of iron brew. Well, first of all, you spelt Iron Brew wrong. If you're going to be a true fucking Brit, spell it right. I know it's Scottish, but the only reason I know how to spell it is because I drink it by the fucking gallon. I pretty much got it coming out of my pores. I absolutely love it. I was drinking it the other day, and my girl can't stand it. She just can't. She says it's the absolutely nastiest shit in the world to drink. I fucking love it. If I could substitute Iron Brew for water, that's all I would drink. If they see a USA license plate, if they see a USA license plate, they would be like, "Oh shit." Well, maybe, not every truck or not everybody in the US is carrying as well, but Felipe, I like eating French bread and eggs and bacon, but sometimes I'm gay. I don't think that makes you gay at all, dude. I got no problem eating French bread, bacon, and eggs. And square sausage. Okay, now you're talking Chinese. Square sausage. Who eats square sausage? Only a bunch of Scottish or Brits or Irish would eat that kind of shit. Speaking of FA, let's talk about FA. Speaking of Forgotten Angels, as a part of my new special assignment, I'm in talks to promote FA with that organization. Buck, you know the channel here. You are absolutely more than welcome and free to promote Forgotten Angels as much as you want. This is a Forgotten Angels friendly channel, if you want to call it that. Give him a screenshot of your face to what? What? Nice page. Whew. Phone overheated. Had to put it back outside. That's how fucking hot it is here. No, I don't know if we're back yet. Are we back? Here, let's do this. There we go. Is Wheelburner in the Matrix? I might well be. There we go. Sorry, we're gonna get a corner view here. I've got to have I can't put the phone in the windshield. The sun is just absolutely gorgeous, but it's beaten down and the phone overheated. Right? We're still good. K-Master, we're still good. We're back. All right. Thank God. I can't end the stream without at least saying goodbye. Stephanie's got her sorry, Stephanie, what do you got going there? She's cooking something. Why are you scared of Tyrone? Who's scared of Tyrone? I think my grandpa got out and swam to Canada. You know, Stephanie's got a pork shoulder going. That's right. Buddy with the generator took off, so I'll just roll the windows down a little further here. I have a new playlist on my channel covering my special assignment, which I'm hoping will share the word about Forgotten Angels, starting with their next camp out on June 21st. Spread away, Buck. Spread away. I tell you what, I've been a little lackadaisical with some of these things. I will grab some of those off and I'll put them in mine as well, and I'll share them out for you as well. Stephanie is a bacon muncher. Oh! CR7 King play, nice. Stephanie is a great girl. What are you talking about? Hey, Tyke, what do you think, buddy? There's my boy. There's my fucking boy right there. Hey? Come on, Tyke. I read all your comments last night. Thank you. I went out the door this morning. I was running late. I ran out the door this morning with my regular ball cap on like I usually wear. And I actually turned around in the front driveway, turned around, came back in the house. I had to grab this. And the whole time, my girl's looking at me like, what? And I'm like, oh, fuck, I forgot. I got to wear this hat today for Robert. So thank you very, very much, my man. I hope I'm wearing it proudly and representing. I hope. Stephanie is a classy lady. Yes, she is. Donkey, you're going to go to bed? Okay, you do that, man. Tyke is one of our legends. We have a certain group in here of truck drivers, and they're all truck drivers, but we've got a certain group of people in here that are on the legend status, right? Where we put them on the legend status. Tyke Truckin' is one of our legends. He's probably at the top of our list. Chicken Hawk is one of our legends. He's on legendary status. Guard Dog, he's on our legends list. These are guys that have been trucking 30, 35, 40 years, that have got their time and they paid their dues. Those are legends. And they're still doing it. You know, they're still doing it. Tyke Truckin', he's still doing it. Chicken Hawk, he's still doing it. Guard Dog recently just got out of it, but still a legend. Still a legend. I like the phone here like this. I can just actually just scooch on down and get real comfy. You're a leg end. Yeah, well, yeah, that's exactly what you are. Alex Cam, I'm good in driving truck. So am I. Just be good at driving truck carefully. You can see the nicotine smoke stain on the beard board. No, you can't. I smoke cigs too. There you go. Are those cigarettes? Nope. Nope. Give me my fridge back. Come and get it. Come and get it. Buck Brown is another one. Is another one on legend status, I would say. Let's do this. Let's do this. That's a long time a coming, Buck. I apologize. That should have been done a long time ago. What's the address? Come and get your fridge. When's Canada going to make its own NFL? Where can I get that shirt? You know what, man? I don't know where this shirt was gifted to me. I don't know where it goes. Somebody gave it to me. I don't know where they got it. Can't wait to get my CDL and start driving. So obviously, I don't know. Are you new? Are you young? If you're young and you're doing it, congratulations. Go get it. But do it right. Don't fuck around. Go to a reputable school. Don't go to the Uck Duck Dallywell truck driving school, unfortunately. They're going to turn the hockey puck into a pigskin hockey puck. Well, you know what? Canada's got its own football league, the CFL, which is basically a training league for the NFL. But we got something, you know, we got hockey, boys and girls. We do. We got hockey. You guys, no other country can compete, right? We've got more World Cups, more Olympic golds. We've got more Junior World Cups. We got more. And if you look around the NHL right now, all the best hockey players in the world are either coming out of Canada or out of places out of Europe. That's not taking a shot at the Americans. That's not what that was. I'm just stating a fact, you know. Here you go, Buck. Apologize for that. Bog-eyed crag rat. I'm nice though, unless provoked. Yeah, most Scottish women are. You're handsome, dude. You know what? I made the mistake of getting married when I was very young. You know what they say about Canada? Well, I know they say a lot about Canada, but let's hear it. Fast Eddie, what the hell? Damn good to see you, man. I haven't seen you in a while. Thanks for popping in. Got to hit the rack. Quick hello, see you. 10. Oh, out of here, boy. Good to see you, man. Thank you. Thank you. Hit the like button on your way out. I went to a fight one time and a hockey game broke out. Yeah, well, that's the way it used to be. And that's the way I think hockey should be played, right? Nowadays, they've tamed it down and gone to the more European style of hockey. If you look at the hockey that's played today, that's not to say that, you're not going to see a couple good scraps. There's always a couple of good scraps in a game, but it's not like the way it used to be. They've molded the hockey over the last 10 years. If you look at the way hockey is played, even in Canada or the U.S., it's now got a more of a European flair. It's a lot faster. The game is a lot faster today than it was years ago, right? You never saw Ty Domi as a fast skater or Bob Probert as a fast skater. And nowadays they got fucking defensemen that can outskate fucking forwards nowadays. They banned hockey fights in the UK. Wayne Gretzky has like 3 teeth, but that's the real sport. Yeah. You show me an NHL hockey player that's been playing for more than 5 years that's got all his teeth. That'd be a miracle. That'd be a miracle. I used to go to a fight every Saturday night and a dirt track race broke out. Coincidentally, that's my new playlist features. I saw that interview you did. That's a pretty good idea, Buck. It was well pulled off. I won't tell you, obviously. I think Sterling's going to help you out with that. You need to work on the mic thing, right? So when you're talking to somebody, you got both of you are mic'd up. But I did enjoy that. Well done, brother. Well done. I'll subscribe if you scream chicken jockey. Really? I'm not that desperate for fucking subscribers. Really, I'm not. Working on the audio solution now. Yeah, you got some good people helping you. I'm sure Sterling's working on it with you. But I like I like the idea. I like the road you're going down, Buck. I like what you're doing. I think you could find a little niche there. It is fucking trucking. It is wheel burner. Is the handle on the road. It's been for years, and then we started the channel with the name. Am I good at driving truck? I'm not as good as some, but better than most. How's that? Won't lie, it's been awesome to see Forgotten Angels logos and all those race cars, and that's what I'm working on behind the scenes. You know what, dude? Get them on the trucks. Get them on your trucks. Get them on the trucks. Buck, I'll send you my address if you've got some logos and they can go on the trucks, the decals. Man, I'll slap them all over my fucking truck. I will. My handle is Mini Mint. Do I even want to know? Do I even want to know what the hell that would mean? What do I think of the U.S. tariff war? Or a super idol? I'm not crazy about it. It's hurting the trucking industry. It's hurting the Canadians. Like, obviously, I'm Canadian. It's hurting the Canadians. But I'm telling you right now, honestly, it's hurting the Americans. If you're an American, you guys are getting hurt by them more than we are right now. It's just the fact of life. I don't think Trumpy Trump thought that all the way through when he did it. I think when he did the tariff, the initial idea was to get the coffer full, right? The Treasury was running a little low on cash, and they needed some quick cash, and the tariffs were the fastest way to do it. But the way he went about doing it could have been done differently. White cloud, just like the toilet paper, always on the roll and always getting shit on. I love that, man. How many badges do I have in Pokemon? Dude, I don't have one. I don't even know what a badge is. I couldn't tell you. How old are you, man? I'm 55 years old. 55 years old and still kicking. I'm 39. Yeah, I'm 39. You good? Batshit crazy? I'm doing really well today, man. If Wheel Burner's 39, I better try harder. Yeah, you better. Batshit, we're doing okay today, man. You missed the sunrise, though, dude. You missed the sunrise. We had a beautiful sun this morning come up. Man, you missed it. Coke with the boys is good, but burgers with Jesus is forever. Anarchy of the West, thank you for that. I like the tariffs. They will be a positive thing for the USA in the long run. That's if your industry can sustain itself or hold itself. A lot of your business, a lot of your manufacturing is taking such a shit kicking, and a lot of these companies weren't in a good enough financial position to sustain themselves while this was going on. Meaning they didn't have enough money in the bank to hold themselves through while all this was going on. And a lot of the U.S. companies in manufacturing are just taking a fucking beating, and bankruptcy is ridiculous. It really is. SK Master, what's good, man? Hey, we're doing all right. My last name is Murray. There's a candy called Murray Mint. Well, at least it's not furry mint. If you're picking up a furry mint, wash it off first. My CB handle is the Tyke, but I changed it. Like when I'm hauling halal, I changed it to Muzzy Mewagon. I want the mineral rights in Canada. Yeah, doesn't everybody right now? Good luck buying the cheapest T-Bone iPhone for $3,500. This is the iPhone 16 Pro Max, and I didn't pay $3,500 for it. But, the price it's ridiculous. It's not what we should be paying for a fucking cell phone. Let me tell you that. Honestly, it's not. How long does it take to travel around Alberta? What's the square miles? You know what? That's a good question. JJ, I don't know. I don't know what the square mileage is on Alberta. You can drive like from border to border, east to west. You can do that in a day or less than a day. But going north to south, like go from the Montana border all the way up to the Northwest Territories, you wouldn't make that in a day. But what's the square mileage? I don't know, man. I don't know. What's going on? People saying hi. Good to see you. Sportsman, good to see you. Silly Vanilli, that's a good handle. Like that one. Can I like? Hey, Connell, go ahead and like all you like. If you can meet me at the Target on Main Street, I'll get you a Game Boy and a Pokemon. It's never too late. No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. You're not going to see me playing with Pokemon or cards or games. Ads for Justin. Oh. There's no ads for Justin here. There's no love for Justin here. There's no love at all. I've said it a million times. If Justin Trudeau was drowning in my swimming pool, the only way I would save that man's life would be take my foot off his head. That man destroyed this place. Absolutely destroyed this place. Where's your teeth? They're over at the denturist getting made right now. I should have them in about 2 weeks. Pretty sure I do. Just spent the day repositioning in the market to take advantage. If you can and you're in a position to do that, that's great. But Chicken Hawk, you're an anomaly, right? You're not the norm in this business. You're not. Okay? You are an anomaly. You're in a very few market of what you do. So you are able to do that. You're able to stop, pivot, and carry on in a market such that we have right now. I would say about 90% of the trucking industry is not in that position to do that, right? It really isn't. That man is Fidel Castro's son. He may well be. You go back and look at a picture of Fidel Castro when he was 30 or in his early 30s, mid 30s, and you go look at a picture of Justin Trudeau, I don't know, man. There's way too many similarities right there. I really think so. There's way too many similarities right there. Supply and demand. Keep buying premium stuff. Well, keep buying it. Well, in the Americans' case, keep buying American made if you can. If you can, you're going to pay a little more for it, but man, you're going to be able to support yourselves and you'll be pumping money back in. The problem with America right now and Canada, both of them, is you don't make anything. You don't make anything. I said we were talking about this the other day, a couple days ago, that back you know, in the 30s and the 40s, the USA was a mega complex of building, of industry. And you guys built everything. You made it. You built it. You manufactured it. You produced it. And then you put it out there and it was consumed. And then all of a sudden, you know, 70s, 80s, and 90s, it all got shipped overseas. Because why? Because it was cheaper to fucking do that. And now you went from an industrial complex of building and producing into a consumer. You guys are a consumer. That's all you are. You consume everything, but you don't build it. Don't get me wrong. You still have steel plants, and you have some lumber, and you've got oil and gas, but it's not like it was. You guys went from you guys were the world powerhouse, right? Right after World War II, especially. You guys were the world powerhouse for manufacturing and building and all of that. And then you just basically, you stopped because it was cheaper to get it made in China or Taiwan or Hong Kong or fucking the Philippines, or everything got shipped overseas, and they're over there manufacturing it and shipping it into you guys, and you're buying it. Basically, you're buying your own shit, right? Because all the American and Canadian companies went overseas. They took their business and went over there and got it manufactured over there. It was just cheaper. So now you don't build and manufacture nothing. All you do is consume. And it's a hard pill to swallow. Canada's the same way. It really is. Canada's in the same boat. We don't really build anything, right? We produce some stuff, right? We've got the market cornered for North American oil and gas, and we got the market cornered for lumber. We produce some of the best doctors in the world, which all go down to the United States. You know, you go look at any of the top hospitals in the United States, and you're going to find a mitt full of Canadian doctors, and rightfully so, because they're not paid properly up here. I don't begrudge any of the doctors that finish their education in Canada and go down to the U.S. But other than that, like, we don't really, we produce aluminum and some steel. But other than that, man, it's not the way it used to be. America is not the production powerhouse that it used to be. It's unfortunate. And Chicken Hawk is right. What's going on? Sorry, not sorry. Good to see you, man. Chicken Hawk is right. The tariffs are also in place to force American industry back into America, right? It's forcing you guys to. But the toll it's taking on the industry that's here right now is very high. Ugh. It is. Do I have Scot or Irish background? I have Scottish. I did that stupid fucking thing, that ancestry.ca, right, where they track you. So I'm Icelandic, Scottish, German, and there was something else. I can't remember what the fourth one was. So basically, between the Icelandic and the Scottish, I'm a drunk Viking. You're gonna go buy you're gonna be a pikey van lifer. Well, keep trucking. We build amazing maple trees. Let me tell you. Mr. B's from North Crakalaki. Good to see you, man. Love talking to you. I get some really good information from Mr. B's. That guy is, I swear to God, when he's not building boards, he's sitting down there online and he's on every chat fucking board in the world. That guy is a fucking fountain of information. Sorry for being off topic. Was just curious. Looked like a Scotsman. Well, I'm wearing the cap today in tribute to Tyke Truckin'. Tyke is a very good friend, and he's a very big supporter of my channel. And Tyke has been with me since the beginning, and he sent me this cap from England. Tyke is a Brit, and I don't hold that against him. I should, but I don't. And this is an authentic. This one came. There's the original Yorkshire company. There's the label. Came right out of England. He shipped it. He paid for it. Shipped it over to me, and he wouldn't even take any money for it. The little prick. So we wear it with honor, and we wear it with pride. And you know what? Damn it, I think it looks good, and it's comfortable as hell. My daughter lives in Camborne, so she came to meet up. Good times. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. I've got one of my daughters that lives a few hours north of me. I've got another daughter that lives about 4 hours northwest of me. And the rest of my daughters are scattered. I got one in Ontario, two in Ontario, and I've got two that are overseas. I got one that's in Australia, and I've got one that lives in Bali. So my family, my kids are scattered all over the place. I'm always dabbling in a Scottish person. Well, you know what? It doesn't hurt to dabble. Mr. B's, howdy, Tyke Trucking. Good seeing you again, bro. Hope all's well with you. Yeah. Too much information, honey. Hush. Well, you know what? Actually, it's not too much information. Everybody likes to dabble. Hey, nothing wrong with dabbling in a little Irish or Scottish. Sorry, Scottish. Yes, I spend way too much time on the internet. Yeah, I know. I spend way too much time looking in my fucking chat or looking in my goddamn, looking in my email and my text messages at what you're sending. At any given time, I'm reading a text message or an email from Mr. B's. He's online. He's like information central. What time is the time? Right now it's 10:14 a.m. where I am right now. Do I like World War II? Well, that was long before my time. I was not around. I'm very interested as a historian about it, how it happened, why it happened, and the battles that happened, that kind of thing. Yes, but would I have wanted to be there? No. After hearing, I had both my grandfathers served. The whole war, both of them did, and both of them came back. And after hearing some of the stories, because they wouldn't talk about all of it, but after hearing some of it, I would not have wanted to be there. Let me tell you that. I wouldn't. Genealogy is pretty interesting. Grew up Polish, French, Canadian. But I have a rare Viking hand tendon disease, so yeah, I hope it's not that you want to run around and rape, pillage, and drink. I have Irish heritage with my parents' grandfather being Irish, as well as having a surname like Rooney. Well, I'm a Brown, right? So last name is Brown. Good Scottish. Yeah, I think if I looked at my shield, it's a Scot. Tell the people how you destroyed that platoon of 50 men that's in Vietnam. No, I was born in the middle of that. I was born right in the middle of that conflict. I wasn't old enough. Battle of cheese curds. That's what we have in Quebec. I was waiting for that. Look at that. I got the lighter open and the first smoking is bad for you. Let me tell you something. Smoking is bad for you. It is, and I agree. But it's a personal choice. I don't condemn you for doing anything that you do. It's your personal choice. Sorry, not sorry. Got a jet later. Thanks for popping in here. Lots of Irish blood there. I think the Irish Because as a Canadian on the very East Coast, the far East Coast, I think the farthest eastern province is Newfoundland. If you go to Newfoundland and you listen to how they talk, the Newfies talk out there, if you go there, it's almost like they have an Irish lilt to them, the way they talk. And if you put 5 Newfies in a room with alcohol, you can't understand what they're saying. And I've seen the same thing. They say the same thing about the Irish and the Scots. You put enough fucking Guinness into a Scots or an Irishman, and you can't understand what they're saying once they've been drinking. But I think just if you were talking to a Newfoundlander or a Newfie, we call them, just like sober, they've got a lilt to them, and you would think that you were talking to somebody that was Irish, that had been here for say 20 years. I'm part Irish, part Scottish, and part idiot. Well, those are 3 good parts. There you go. There you go. Is that Cocoa Puff Primo Sig? No, it's not Cocoa Puff. Are you an Anglo-Saxon? Dude, I'm just a man. That's all I am. I'm just but a simple man out here fucking making a living, loving my kids, loving my family, and taking care of myself. That's all I am. You're part badass? Well, I hate to tell you this, Connell. If you have to say that, you're not. If you got to tell people how bad you are, you're probably not. I am a mutt from earth. There you go, Mr. Bees. There you go. I'm part Muslim and part Jewish. The family reunions are rough. Yeah, I'd like to be a fly on the wall when that happens. The interesting part of genealogy to me is when people started moving around the globe. It's fascinating to track or to watch or to look at. Steve, when I did that ancestry.ca, they send you a lot of information, right? They track your heritage or your bloodline across the world. So when I say it's Icelandic, Scottish, German, and whatever the fourth one is, those are the mains. But the bloodline gets tracked, and it's all over the world. And then they show you anybody else that's on your bloodline in your DNA. They show you if they've done the ancestry, so their information is in there. They show it to you. So I got to see where all of my ancestors came from and where they are, and that included every country in the world. There's people that are DNA related to me that are in every country of the world, and I got to see that. It was quite interesting. It really was. You mean when the British took over 200 countries? There you go. I am full Christian American. I guarantee you're not. You track your bloodlines, man. You're coming from somewhere overseas somewhere. There's a little bit of something in you that didn't come out of the United States. I promise you. 60 Scottish, 30 Irish, and 10 Celtic FC. That's not a bad mix. You can probably hold your liquor and drink. There you go. That makes for a mean temper, though. Makes for a mean temper. I think Cragrat's got his hands full with you, Susie. Javier says he's gay. Why you felt the need to tell us that? Whatever. Good on you. Good on you. You're gay. Congratulations. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if you're gay, you're straight, you're bi, you're trans, you're fucking, I don't give a shit. Love to all of you. Don't care. Pabst Blue Ribbon in a can and crying Indian. Yeah. There's a difference between your DNA and your bloodline. My DNA is like Icelandic, Scottish, blah, blah, blah. My bloodline used to be Jack Daniels, Budweiser, and cocaine. That was my bloodline. Tyke trucking, the Brits kicked ass for many years, then lost its country without firing a shot. Exactly. Exactly. Oh, what a good day. What a good day. Sounds like the 80s. Do you remember the 80s? Were you alive in the 80s? I remember the 80s. Kind of. The late 80s were a blur. It went by from 85 to 90, went by like at 100 miles an hour. My bloodline was 100 proof, pretty much. I love the smell of applewood. Of course, at Chicken Hawk. I love the smell of smoked, like something that's smoked applewood. I do. I love that as well. I do. I'm not a big hickory, like when people smoke hickory, like you get a brisket and it's a hickory. I'm not a big, and you'd think I would be, but I'm not. I love when you smoke maple, obviously, because being Canadian, I just love maple syrup and love maple. But and I love the smell of smoked applewood. Oh, 1991. You weren't even around in the 80s. Oak, love smoked oak, love it. Felix, why do you think fertility rates are so bad across the world? People are so scared to take on the responsibility. It's a personal choice. But still, where did the world go wrong? That's a question, man, Felix, that's never going to be answered. I love hickory smoked brisket. Oh. So what's the story about you wanting some boards? What you want, when you want them, when you need them? I'll get to you. I'll get to you about that. Yeah, I'll have to. Let me get on that with you. I do have to get on that, so I will definitely be in touch with you. I just had a brain fart there. I had to think for a second. You need to go to Canada. The problem with coming to Canada is it's such a beautiful country. You wouldn't want to leave. Friendly people, nice people. It's a clean country. It's such a great, beautiful country. You'd come over for a visit and you'd be crying to get on the plane to go home. Yeah, but I was kicking it with Satan before I was born until I found God and then was born. Hey, who you kicking it with? I was on that path myself. I was on that wrong path myself, but I found the right way. Do I hunt? Hud, no. Hell no, I don't hunt. I wish I did, but I don't. What is the botanical name of the Canadian maple tree? Fucked if I know. Delicious. Look it up in the dictionary. It's called delicious. It's called yummy. That's what it is. The botanical name of the Canadian maple is yummy. It's delicious. I live close to Canada. Well, then come on up anytime. What about fish? Do I fish? I don't do a lot of fishing, especially in Alberta. There's not a lot of water out here. It's a lot of flat, right? Like, this is what we're looking at, Hud. There's a Canadian prairie for you right there. There's not a lot of fishing up here, but I don't do a lot of fishing, even when I've got the time and the ability. I have a daughter that really loves to fish, and I've gone fishing with her. More is just for company. I'm not an avid fisherman. Canada is friggin' awesome. The only problem is it's friggin' cold all the. It's not cold, dude. It's fucking 28 degrees here, which is something like 80 something plus. It is not cold here. Yes, it's cold in the winter, but our summers are the same as you guys. Our spring, summer, and fall in Canada is the same as it is for you guys in the US. It's just our winters. You got to put up with, like, and it's not even December. It's January, February, and half of March. So if you can live through that, then you're okay. Were you rocking the Mythbusters get up in the 80s? No. Mythbusters in the 80s. I don't think that show was available in the 80s. I think it didn't come out till sometime in 2000. The only problem is with Scotland is it's full of Scots. It's full of Scots. That's what it is. It's full of Scots. We have 2 seasons, winter and construction. Yeah, in Canada, and we're in the middle of construction season right now, and it's a hot construction season right now. 28 Susie would fry. Oh, dude, well, like I said before, in Ontario or the eastern provinces, it's hot and humid. Once you get past Manitoba, there's no humidity. So, but don't get me wrong, it's still hot. It gets way hotter in America than Canada. Well, yeah, if you're living in like Arizona, right, or Florida, or southern parts of Texas, Louisiana type shit like that, yeah, it gets fucking hot. It gets hot. And it's hotter than it is here. Arizona's like, that's insane out there, what they do out there. They're over 100 degrees. Fuck that. But for the most part in general, is Canada, our summer, spring, summer, and falls, they're the same. Be careful, we have Scots in the house. I know we've got some Brits, some Scots, and I think we even got an Irishman in here. Got to be careful. California too. Sorry, Grace. Didn't mean to insult anybody. California is hot as hell. Have I heard of the New England serial killer who's killed 11? Nope, haven't heard of it. I knew a brain doctor who just who I will use to blow. What the fuck are you saying? I knew a brain doctor who I used to blow with her in the office. She was a wild woman. Okay. Those midgets like your blood. I don't think you need a Scottish midget to like your blood. Robert, I think any midget would love your blood. They could hook you up to an IV and get drunk. In North Dakota, it's not different than in Canada. Exactly. North Dakota, Montana, like any of those. North Dakota, I think the Saskatchewan and part of Manitoba border North Dakota. And in Alberta or in Montana, we border with Alberta, where I'm at. I'm 3.5 hours. I can drive south of here, and I can be in Montana. So the weather is pretty much the same. It really is. Not even a month ago, he had 8 kills. He's a busy boy. Somebody better step up. Your law enforcement better start doing their job. Yeah, feeling good today. Feeling good today, John. Appreciate that. Thank you. I'm originally from Montana. Midgets equal Scottish version of mosquitoes. Yeah. They'll suck the blood and life right out of you, will they? Isa says hi. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in. We're bordering in on here in the 3.5 hours. I'm out of coffee, and I got to go to the bathroom. You know what? I gotta start bringing my own bathroom with me. I really do. Billy Connolly is a funny Scot. Billy Connolly is hilarious. I moved to South Dakota. Now I'm in Nebraska. And those are beautiful states. North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska. Love those there. Love like the Montana, Wyoming, all of that. I love that part of the country. Absolutely love it. Now on the other end of the country and down, I love like Virginia, West Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina. Love that that end of the country too. When I'm trucking, those are my favorite places to be. Love it. What are your thoughts on Sharia law? Don't care. It's not mine. Could care less about it, really. It's none of my business. It really isn't. I'm here to take care of my own. You know what? When my own family and my own friends and my own country is taken care of, I'll give a fuck about. Then I'll start giving a fuck about somebody else. Georgia, Sports Bros, Georgia. Again, it's all part of that part that I love. Love Georgia. Parts of Kentucky. Yeah, love it. Arkansas. You follow that train all the way down into Texas. Like if you're coming from the eastern part of Ontario or Quebec, and you follow that down through, right? Once you get through New York and Pennsylvania and Maryland, right? You get to West Virginia, and whatnot. All of that, all the way down into South Carolina, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, parts of Kentucky. I was gonna say Missouri, but not really so much in Missouri. Arkansas, Texas. I love it down there. Absolutely love it down there. I got no problem with Florida. It's just like, if it's fucking 90 degrees and it's 100% humidity, who wants to live in that? Well, who wants to live in that? Jinx, please notice me there to give me the sub. I'll take it. I'm back. Hard cocks for Yorkshire. There you go, boys. Sterling is back. The Romans weren't defeated by the Scots. The midgets ate them. A kilt wearing insects. There you go. Oh, thank you so much. Chapolino, oh, you're awesome, man. Thanks for your comment. I will take the comment. It pushes the algorithm. Thank you very much. Hit the disappointment button on your way out. Hit that button, the thumbs down button on your way out. I would appreciate that too. I'm hoping also you can stream tomorrow. Yeah, we'll stream tomorrow. We'll do tomorrow morning as well. But I'm going to call it a day here today. The mouth is tired. The brain's turning to mush. Had just about enough. You guys are awesome in the comments. Keep them coming. Appreciate it. Thanks for everybody that was here. Like I said, we bounced over 12,000 subs yesterday. And so we're going strong. We're going strong. So now we're heading for 2,100. Let's get up to 2,100 subs. When we crest that, we'll move on. All is good recovering today. Good, man. You recover. If you're up for a phone call, Sterling, I'll give you a shout in a little while as soon as I get home and drain the main vein. And I got to take the pup for a walk and got to get some food into my face. I haven't eaten yet today. So if you're good for a phone call, man. If not, I totally get it. You know, you need a little time to get your shit together. But if you're up for it, I'll give you a shout in a little while. What is your name? My name is Brian. Exponential Motion out on all digital platforms. Fire. There you go. G. Ellis, appreciate that. Yeah, I got nothing else. Garage time. Maybe call me around dinner. You're an hour behind me, so yeah, I can do that. That's not a problem, man. I'll give you a shout. We need to talk. We need to talk. Anyway, like I said, the mouth is tired. The brain is tired. I've said enough. You guys are awesome. Sterling, appreciate it. It's 9:34. Yeah, you're an hour behind me, so I'll give you a shout. But I appreciate everything you guys did. Thanks for what you did yesterday and busted us over that 12,000. That's a big milestone. Thank you. You guys are responsible for that. It's not just me. Like I said, I'm just the mouth that sits here like this. You guys are the fuckers that keep coming back in time after time and forcing yourself to take the punishment. So anyway, with that, man, I'm out of here. Stephanie, see you later. And we will see you tomorrow morning. We're going to do this again tomorrow morning. And with that, man, I'm out of here. See you down the road.